Hello.
Hi.
Hi. We're big. The potato antics overview.
Potatoes are important.
Good. We need to have Kibby make him an NPC in the
The
campaign as the
organizer of the potato festival.
he's the potato monarch. I think the potato monarch should definitely be an NPC. That's just something that should exist in every campaign. The potato monarch. A good gender neutral term.
Fuck. What did I walk back into?
Nothing.
What? Are you guys making a cult without me?
No. Guys, don't tell Kibby about the cult.
The cult of the
Speaking of
Spud?
cults, I did buy Cult of Lamb. I do have the game Cult of Lamb, so that will be fun to play eventually.
You guys are making a
I
cult,
just
I'm telling
realized I need to turn off my music. Now I'm sad because it just put on Cass Elliot.
Well, sucks to suck.
I know, I just love Cass Elliot. The Mad Monarch of Potatoes. The traveling potato festival.
Wait, I got it. The tuber tyrant.
Mm.
The tuber tyrant.
The Sultan of Spuds.
Ooh. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can also hear us on stream. I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine because that's what it was supposed to be. Now can you hear me, guys? Hi. Yeah, now I'm actually getting feedback. It's because it fucking OBS just likes to randomly not get the right thing.
OBS likes to randomly nut. Oh my god, it's just like Golby. And with that, welcome to
welcome back to D&D,
excuse you.
guys.
I'm doing the intro now. So welcome back everybody to the Gates of Ramdahl. I know it's been a couple weeks. But yeah, welcome. Glad everybody could make it. Hope nobody died yet.
Yet. No one's dead yet.
The Sultan of Spud has not gone mad with power yet, so the executions have not begun.
Wonderful news.
Slagfields looks a little sus.
Alright, and I see that everybody's in. Brilliant. So, does everybody remember what happened at the time?
Not a fucking clue. Actually, yeah, I
did
do,
not
but...
like the shirt.
Vaguely.
I remember most of what happened last time.
I think
I would like
to remember everything we did.
So last time we started it with everybody giving a haiku or kind of a group haiku of what happened the previous session. This time, I want all of you to say 2 lines of what you remember the most last session. However, the 2 beginning words or the 2 ending words of your sentence must rhyme.
Oh.
Kitty, why are you so mean to us?
Oh gosh.
I'm DM.
Okay.
I get to do this.
Okay, I
Uh,
think I can start. I think I can start us off.
Go Golby.
yes, I need an example.
A man named Julian met a hand named Zontar, and you could say he was not his biggest fan. Glass-like was the hair of the woman who dared to say that Golby was a piece of hot ass.
That doesn't rhyme, though.
Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna top that because I also was kind of just like, oh right, two. Like I don't know why my brain was like 2 words, got it, and then it's like,
Well,
wait, those 2 words have to rhyme. Okay, yeah, no, I don't.
yeah. Either the first 2 words of your 2 sentences or the last 2 words of your 2 sentences have to rhyme. Golby did it with one, like, first word, last word rhymed in sentence 1, and then first word, last word rhymed in sentence 2, which I'll count it. I think that was very, very interesting and clever. Well done. Well done. Who's next?
Shit. Okay, wait, I need moments. I'm sorry, I need to write it down.
I don't like this. I'm like, I can't think of anything. I don't like it.
Well, you don't have to
Listen,
join in.
Okay, I'm not
Or
going
you can make
to.
your
I
sentences.
honestly, I
You can make
can't
your
think of anything.
sentences really fucking short too, if you want to.
I'm like, I can't think of anything.
listen, my English education from middle school to college was terrible. No one taught me anything. Give me a hot second.
Okay, I have something.
Go for it.
We ventured out into the dry desert heat, and a flying shark we did meet.
There you go. Good job. Good job.
I was like, I'm like, I'll keep it short because Golby's was so long. I was just like, what?
I'm sorry that I'm confusing and that I'm out here playing a bard with my bardic skills.
You do have good bard skills.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know if this will actually count. I'm ready.
Go for it.
Tuk Tuk is but a small bird that wishes to fly. He then saw a flying shark and wished it to kindly die.
And die the shark did after your gathering of supplies for your desert embarkment. Through the casting of levitate, many different arrows flew through the air, spells slung, and daggers thrown, so down the shark went.
Daffy was the duck who hit him on the head with a hammer.
And a radiant flame made realistic was the thing that brought the shark down. Quite a slammer. You looted the shark, gathering a wonderful potion, a bottled breath. And it was a glorious fight that did not bring a character to death. Oh no, dare I say that it brought you together. As now we begin, after this recent endeavor, you trek through the sands riding each of your camels. And the sun begins to set across the desert horizon. You look upon the nearby jungle, finding refuge underneath a few of its trees, amidst the shade of the large, kind of like baobab-looking trees. The night grows cold as you all listen to the very rough winds blowing in the desert, that far-off sandstorm still raging, but it's almost like you can hear the whipping of the winds sailing across the desert.
Mm.
Could I have someone, well, someone first, tell me, who's keeping watch for the night? I need, if Golby is taking watch for the night, only 2 people. If Golby does not take watch for the night, then I will require 3.
Golby will take watch.
Okay? Do you want first watch or second watch?
I will take first watch.
Yeah, I'll take
Very well.
second.
Alrighty.
So cool. Take the last one.
Tuk Tuk, you actually don't have to. Due to the
Oh.
nature of Golby being an elf, elves only have to sleep for 4 hours to attain a full long rest.
Golby saving all y'all asses.
Although you could make it a little bit easier on Yai if you wanted Golby to take watch for 4 hours, and then Yairal and Tuk Tuk for 2 hours each to finish out your long rest.
I'm fine either
Yeah,
way.
I don't mind. Either way.
Okay? Then, Golby, I would love for you to make a perception check.
Ooh-wee. Here we go. Oh, wait, I think I did that wrong.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a slash
space.
roll space 1d20.
Okay. Slash roll. I got a 9.
With your bonus,
You know, it would be really helpful to have my sheet up right now.
probably.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
You know, might be a little bit helpful to pull up D&D Beyond.
Not sponsored. Promise.
I mean, that's just what we use.
I
you
know.
know.
It is what we use. It is one of the best, so.
Golby Gibbertson, baby. My perception modifier is +4.
So 13.
So 13.
Hmm.
Golby,
Mm-hmm.
you're watching through the night. The leaves rustling in the wind keep catching your ear. Less worried about the large open expanse of desert that is so clear in the night that just with starlight and moonlight alone, you're able to see relatively well. The real danger in your mind lying behind you, what hides in the jungle thicket.
Mm-hmm.
After about 3 hours, you're watching the fire, glancing over into the jungle occasionally, when the rustling of the leaves doesn't line up exactly with the wind. You stare deep into the thicket of the jungle, peering as best you can to try and get any glimpse of anything. And you see two beads of flickering yellow and orange reflecting the firelight are staring at your group from the jungle.
Mm-hmm. Um. Huh, damn, I didn't want to have to break into my telepathy this early. Because I wanted to save it for a very special occasion. But it might help us to not draw a ton of attention and start being like, there's a thing in the woods. So, Golby is going to project his thoughts into Yairal and Tuk Tuk's minds to wake them up.
Okay. Uh, didn't think I was gonna have to break out this book already. Tuk Tuk,
Yes.
can I have you roll a percentile for me?
Okay. 100. 49? It was about to be in the 80s, but okay.
49. And now, heads or tails?
Mm, I'll take tails.
Tails. Tuk Tuk,
Yes.
you're having a bit of a nightmare.
Okay.
Back in your past, where you used to live in or nearby Muck Deep, within the Mucklands, the large swamp that rolls adjacent to the desert near to you currently. Maybe it was heading in the slight southern direction that kind of brought it to your mind. Maybe you've been close to this area before. You don't exactly know what the trigger was for it, but you see your family, your friends, people you grew up with before they started to shun you, make you an outcast. You hear them whispering, but it's not in a language you can understand. People come up to you and babble strange words to you, but you don't understand anything. Try and try as you might to ask them questions, to try to understand what's going on. You cannot understand anything that anyone is saying, aside from the hideous laughs that pierce into your very soul, the glances, the looks that people give you. Suddenly, you hear a voice that you do understand, though you don't recognize it at first. Slightly snapping you out of your dream state, making it a bit more lucid, you hear Golby in the back of your head. before we get to what Gulby says, roll a percentile and pick heads or tails.
All right. Percentile roll is close. 49.
Again.
Nice.
And you picked tails?
I'm gonna say reroll.
Okay, reroll.
Because I don't want the same number.
Okay.
Yeah.
79.
Okay, and heads or tails?
Let's do heads is even and odd is tails. That is odd, so tails.
You dream of exploring planetoids on the astral sea, hopping from habitated by small creatures to completely uninhabited aside from a couple of plants, using your air bubble spell to be able to breathe between the slight pulls of gravity, areas that have no air to breathe whatsoever. Exploring from rock to rock, suddenly something pierces through your air bubble. A small creature, a little proboscis, pierces through your air bubble and begins to flood the inside of your air bubble with a strange green mist. You begin choking and hacking, coughing. You can't breathe. You know that if you dismiss your air bubble, you pop your air bubble, there's going to be no oxygen. You won't be able to breathe at all. But staying inside of this air bubble is breathing in toxic air. You're becoming delirious. Your mind is rattling between several different options of what you could do, what you're thinking of possibly being able to do. And then a voice pierces into your mind, calming everything as you kind of step out from this scene. Almost like an astral projection above yourself, as you glance to your side and see a small image of Golby. Just his face begin to speak to you as well. Golby, what do you say to the two sleeping companions of yours?
So, first of all, I would like to preface this by saying that when Golby uses the ability to like peer into people's minds and or like talk to them in their minds or detect thoughts, his irises turn gold. And so, but like a faintly glowing gold. And Golby is going to say, I need you to wake up and not say a word.
Ooh, based on that, I'm gonna switch to this song. Tuk Tuk, Yairal, you've just been requested to wake up without making a sound. What do you do?
Tuk Tuk's eyes open, and he's just really, really still. But he kind of just turns his head. He kind of like his eyes are kind of squinting, kind of almost like, huh, what's going on?
Yai kind of like in her dream state kind of looks back at what like is going on and kind of realizing, oh, I'm asleep. Kind of like dismisses it all. And back in like the physical real world, she kind of just takes, you can her breath changes and she slowly just cracks open her eyes, very like faintly, so like half lidded, as she kind of glances around.
Well, Golby, you notice that your friends begin to stir.
I don't want to alarm you both, but I believe we're being watched. We may get up slowly to pretend like we are shifting our guard, and I will lay down and continue to communicate with you. So at this point, Golby is going to wait for either Yai or Tuk Tuk or both of them to wake up, and then he is going to lay down.
Since Yai was designated second to be woken up, she kind of like shifts, kind of looks like she's just waking up, gives a little stretch, kind of looks to Golby and gives him a nod. And takes.
So then Golby is going to lay down. Also, question: would I need to cast Detect Thoughts to be able to hear what Yai and Tuk Tuk are saying, or since they are like willing participants in it, could they just communicate back to me?
They have no way of transmitting their thoughts back to you.
Unless I
That
were
would
to
have
cast
to be.
Detect Thoughts.
Yes, casting Detect Thoughts would allow it.
Okie dokie. So then I'm going to cast. So now begs another question: do I have to cast Detect Thoughts every time I want to listen to them and have them answer back to me, or would casting Detect Thoughts be enough? Just the once.
Detect Thoughts is concentration up to 1 minute. You can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. And you learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on their mind at that moment. And then as an action, you can shift your attention to another creature or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind.
Mm-hmm.
So if you cast it, then you get it for 1 minute. So.
Okay. So I'm going to tell Yai to kind of look in the direction that I was looking and see if she can perceive anything out there.
Okay.
So I'm going to just say, I need you to scan the jungle. I need to know if you can see anything. And then I am going to cast Detect Thoughts so that I may hear whatever Yairal perceives.
Yeah, I kind of like gives a little bit of a grimace, and then she shifts and kind of pokes Broom awake.
Okay.
And just kind of turns and mutters to Broom, I need you to help be my eyes right now. I can't see out into this darkness as well as you might be able to.
Broom looks at you and nods a couple of times. And what do you have Broom do?
I'll have Broom just kind of perch on my shoulder, and I'm gonna stand up and kind of walk a perimeter. While I'm walking the perimeter around, I am going to use. I'm going to cast the alarm spell.
Okay. Um, just so you know, Broom has a dark vision of 60 feet,
Yep.
as does Golby. And since Golby was not able to perceive it, you see the eyes as well reflecting the light, but you don't see the figure.
Okay.
It's not coming closer.
Yeah, she's gonna
You
like.
would have to get closer to it to really
She's
determine what it is.
yeah, she's gonna like stand up, kind of look around, not kind of draw attention to it, and she's gonna kind of go like maybe 10, 15 feet from the camp, or like the center of their camp, and start leaving alarms kind of toward between her and the jungle. So I'll use up all of the remaining first level slots I have, which is 3 of them, to cast 3 sets of alarm.
So alarm does make a pretty big area.
It's a 20-foot cube. So essentially, I'm drawing a 60-foot cube in length.
Yeah, 60 by 20.
Yeah. That's like a wall between us and the eyes, or the jungle in this case.
Okay. You would have to walk like into the jungle to do that, unless you're making like a barrier between your camp and the jungle.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of like a barrier between us and the jungle. Like, if it comes past the jungle, it'll trip the alarm, is kind of the thought.
Okay, so you step into the jungle slightly to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to, like, look at the eyes directly, but I am going to have, like, Broom watching for them. So I'm going to cast those 3, and that would refill. Okay. 2, 4, 6 of my ward.
As Broom is looking at the eyes, still not quite close enough. At a bit of an estimate, you would guess that this creature is approximately maybe 100 feet away, maybe a little bit further.
Mm-hmm. Yai doesn't really, like, care what it is so long as it stays away, so that's why she's, like, kind of putting a ward between them, between whatever it is and us. So she's gonna, once she gets those alarms kind of put down, she'll kind of go and sit back down next to the
Okay. Are you
center.
making the alarm only appear in your mind or audible?
Since Golby has detect thoughts on, we'll do mental.
Detect thoughts would have faded by this point because
Oh.
it takes you 3 minutes to cast the 3 uses of alarm.
Okay, then we'll do audible.
Okay.
Obi has found out all of Tuk Tuk's secrets by now.
Yeah, what were while Yai was setting up these alarms, Golby and Tuk Tuk, what were you talking to each other mentally or what?
Hmm. Well, I don't know if Tuk Tuk would have moved, but I think I would have been able to kind of see a little bit of what Yairal was doing and just, like, kind of reassure Tuk Tuk and be like, it looks like she's laying down alarm right now. So that
I
could help.
I was kind of wondering if I would do like because I mean, I feel like with perception, obviously, like Tuk Tuk can't see, but I don't know if like observing kind of like our surroundings, like in terms of like I want to see if I maybe could do like maybe like a survival check to see like has any like creatures around us sort of disappeared? Is it like really quiet around us? Like, is it just the one presence, or if there's potentially multiple
I'm
or like
I'm
more than
gonna
one?
I'm just gonna give this to you at
Hmm.
first, while you're just closing your eyes and listening. You can hear your camels are breathing. You kind of glance around at your camels. They're all still there. Um, some bugs and like cicadas, other night bugs are chittering within the forest, the jungle. Um, make a this will be a sound based perception check.
Hmm. And then plus, I believe, yeah, five. And a weapon.
You hear the loud chittering of bugs. Not much more.
Okay. I'm calmly just gonna like rest to kind of like wait until like maybe Iral kind of circles back in a way. So I'm just more or less still pretending to kind of sleep.
Okay. Yarl, you finish up your alarms, make it back to camp.
And then yeah, I'm just gonna kind of sit and just kind of keep looking around. Occasionally, kind of like let my gaze kind of drift past the eyes as if not seeing them.
Make a either deception or performance check.
Oh, both things that I am terrible at. Yay. Ah, that is a, let's see, performance and deception are both +0, so that's just an 11.
11. You can't help but pause on the eyes every time you see them, as the only things that are reflecting any amount of light from within the jungle. It is literally the only eye catching thing you have in there. You said you wanted to use Broom's eyes?
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah, Broom is kind of sitting on her shoulder just watching.
Okay. So but you don't want to use her eyes. Is that
Can I see through her eyes? I don't remember how it works.
right?
With
Look at find familiar.
Mhm. Let me double
As an action,
checky.
you can make your sight and hearing become that of your familiars.
Oh, then yeah, I will do that.
And you can send them to go do something as long as they're within like 120 feet of you. Then they can still like hear your commands and still see you and whatnot, or
Okay.
still hear what you have to say.
Then, yeah, within 100 feet, they're still able to telepathically communicate. So I'll send her kind of to patrol around and kind of like swirl up and then fly into the forest a little ways or into the jungle a little bit. Will I
Okay.
use her eyes?
Are you doing it in any special way, or just flying as high as you know? as still visible, like the bottom of the canopy.
Probably not quite that high. Like I still want her to be able to see like the the floor of the jungle. So maybe like 50 feet up.
Okay, but any other special way of doing that?
Um,
Or just going for it?
just kind of going for it. I don't think there's anything special that she does other than maybe like kind of pat, uh, like kind of just she like pokes Broom like on the forehead to kind of say that she's using her eyes, and then lets her take off.
Okay. So Boom flies in without attempting to hide or anything. And as Broom flies in, the eyes look up and catch the flying creature. And as you get within 60 feet of it, you realize that there is a bear watching you. Yeah, Raul, make a nature check at disadvantage.
Okay.
You're gonna fail it and be like, "That's a big old dog."
No,
That
you know it's a bear. You've
that's a
heard of bears before.
it's a
And
10.
I pet that dog.
A 10? You've no idea what kind of bear it is, but you know it's a bear.
Okay.
And I pet that dog.
It's certainly some kind of bear, you know.
Okay.
Large, furred, omnivorous creatures that live in a variety of areas of Ramdahl, mostly within woods or jungled. Yeah, you know what bears are.
Okay.
And the bear stares directly at Broom as Broom kind of flies in. What else do you have Broom do? You are in full control of Broom at any particular
So
time.
it kind of like I have her like fly in and kind of like I'm gonna make it like seem like she's kind of looking for something, just kind of like zipping between the trees, not like actively like staring down at the bear, but kind of like flitting over here looking for stuff, kind of just not just kind of surveying any enemies, but also kind of looking for other, like not just keeping an eye on the bear, but also looking for anything else that might be in the woods that might not be friendly, or in the jungle, I should say.
Okay. At this far out on the edge of the jungle, not particularly. There's nothing really here.
Okay.
But you do watch as, the bear clocks Broom up in the branches and whatnot of the trees, and then kind of turns back to the camp towards the fire, very slowly, kind of one paw at a time, kind of lumbers forward, step by step, brushing past bushes, shrubs, pushing through vines that are growing down from the branches above. It stops about maybe 70 feet away from your camp.
She brings Broom back. Has it kind of has Broom like circle back, and then as it's like flying over the bear, like maybe like ruffle something behind it to make kind of a louder noise.
The bear turns its head, looks at the bush. Then it turns back to your party. It begins to creep closer and closer. Now just 50, 45, 40 feet out from camp. What do you do?
Let me see.
You have this kind of third person perspective as Broom is hiding up in the trees and staring at the back of the bear, and then seeing the firelight with your own body sitting next to said fire. It's a little strange to look at.
I'm going to have Broom hide. And dive down at the bear.
Okay. And do what?
I'm gonna teaser it.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Okay, let's see. What is Broom's stealth? A +0 to Dex, which is what stealth is, right?
Yep.
Okay. Fuck yes. Nat 20.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Which is a total of 20.
Which is a total of 20, yes. So Broom kind of like dips behind some tree, some like cover, and kind of like slowly kind of winds, like glides down like around a tree to kind of like disappear from view a little bit. And just no flapping, just glide as she lets like gravity pull her down.
Okay. Flying down, nimbly gliding between vines, past fallen leaves. The airflow hits the back of this bear, and it quickly turns its head over towards Broom and begins to growl slightly. It's staring directly at Broom now.
Damn.
Get out of there, Broom.
The bear takes kind of 2 steps forward, cautiously towards Broom, sniffing the air.
Since Broom's still visible and it can still see her, Broom's gonna kind of put herself between us and camp.
Quickly darting around in like a half circle, juking to the other side of the bear. The bear spins around slowly and almost clumsily, you see. And it
Clumsily. Looking, so this is gonna sound weird. Can I do a medicine check on it through Broom's eyes?
going to be a disadvantage because you can only see in terms of shades of gray right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a little harder to see any visible wounds.
Okay, that's an 18.
18. Bear looks perfectly healthy. No cuts, no wounds, no strange patches of discoloration, even in the gray kind of terms.
Does it look at all malnourished?
No, quite fat and plump, actually.
Hmm.
I'm sweet and begging for cream.
It takes kind of 2 steps forward. Gets like within a few feet of Broom and begins to sniff. Not really smelling much of anything. Comes forward and just kind of takes its paw. It like sits back on its 2 hind legs slightly, brings its 2 front paws up and kind of slightly bats towards Broom a little bit.
If given the opportunity, Broom's just gonna kind of like land on its hand a little bit, or on its paw, I should say, kind of like.
Yeah. Lands and the bear kind of sniffs at Broom. Doesn't really do much of anything. And then you watch as a little flicker of light, not a reflection from the firelight, a different color entirely, a red, a deep, deep crimson red color, flashes in its eyes as it looks back over towards your camp.
Hmm. Yai is going to kind of step back into her body with instructions for Broom that if it does move any closer to try and ward it away with steam breath. Not attacking it, just kind of like hissing out like a large amount of steam just to kind of startle it and see if she can kind of intimidate it to go back into the forest.
Okay.
And Yai kind of shakes her head, steps back into herself, and is there any language that I know we share? Golby, do you speak Celestial?
I think I do. I do speak Celestial.
Fuck yes. So Yai's gonna start kind of like she's gonna like tend the fire and just kind of like softly whistle under her breath, which is speaking as we've used in our other D&D games. Celestial kind of sounds like a really kind of soft whistling sound. So it sounds like she's kind of like whistling.
It's like movement of air while you're just moving your mouth. It sounds a lot of like winds or breath and slight whistling noises.
And she'll be like very concise, but she'll basically just say, "Bear in the jungle doesn't seem."
Troll in the dungeon. Troll in the dungeon.
Thought you ought to know.
1 million years dungeon.
Yeah, so she kind of is just like, bear in the jungle, doesn't seem immediately hostile, but there seems to be something pushing it towards us, and she kind of just mentions there's a strange red light in its eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Tuk-tuk,
Golby
with your
is
eyes
going to-
closed, you just hear this like whistling, hissing noise.
Golby is good whispers.
Golby's going to answer back in Celestial and just say, like, kind of, how close? What do you suspect?
And she mentions that it's about 45 feet away.
You all hear.
Mhm. Um, at this point, Golby is going to sit back up.
Okay.
And, going to telepathically speak once more to... Sorry, Tuk-Tuk's mind to be like, there's a bear nearby, you're probably going to want to get up.
Okay, so just for reference again, how far is the bear from us?
45 feet. Ish.
Yeah, okay. Can I stealthily equip my daggers?
Yeah. You
Cool.
pull out each of your daggers into one hand, barely making any noise at all.
Okay. I'm kind of like at the ready to kind of like get up and attack if needed.
Could I ready something with, prestidigitation?
What are you readying?
So I also have to ask, because I want to create an item, and, it says non-magical trinket, so I'm wondering, could I create a flash grenade?
I mean,
The principles of it are gunpowder, so...
Do we have gunpowder?
I'm gonna say that you could create like you can create like sparks and bursts of light with prestidigitation. Yeah, you create just a little bit of like a firework star in your hand essentially.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I am going to use prestidigitation to just ready a little kind of flash effects, essentially, to just be able to, like, kind of hopefully disorient the bear, if need be.
The bear pushes Broom aside slightly. Golby, as you stare out with your dark vision, make a nature check for me.
I love nature. Mm-hmm. Okay. $13 again. 11 plus 2.
As you stare out at it, and you're looking at it, it steps a step closer, and another step closer, and as the light begins to hit it, it was strange. You saw this, like, only in shades of gray and black and white, but it turns out that that's the only color that this bear is. as within 30 feet now is a panda.
I was gonna say it's a panda.
Aw, panda.
And
Kill him, we get the dragon scroll.
the panda is staring directly at you, Gulby. Like, in your eyes.
Could I change what prestidigitation is?
So you can have up to 3 non-instantaneous effects active at a time with 3 separate castings of prestidigitation. You could
Specifically,
dismiss the firework star as well.
okay, so specifically, could I make a piece of bamboo to throw to this panda?
Oh yeah, you get rid of the firework star, make a piece of bamboo, and chuck it into the woods.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of throw it towards the panda's feet and see if he's chill with it.
It kind of backs up suddenly as something comes flying towards it, and it looks down and sniffs it. Kind of takes it and bites into it, and you watch as it lifts it up and begins to like try and peel the bamboo. It shatters into glitter.
Mm.
I think I made it sad.
Oh, no.
Can I prestidigitate another piece of bamboo and try and throw it back into the woods?
Yeah, you do it again. It goes and picks it up and tries to peel it to eat it, and it glitter once again.
Oh, it's so sad.
Can I yeet a piece of bamboo at this poor panda? Like, not at the panda,
Yeah.
but at the panda's feet, because I think yeet lasts a little longer.
Technically, a piece of bamboo from prestidigitation lasts for an hour, but the damaging of it proves that it is just an illusory object. As you yeet a piece of bamboo, it creates the bamboo. The panda picks it up, begins to peel it, takes a bite of it, and then it disappears into a burst of light.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
Making this panda really sad.
I'm just gonna
okay.
telepathically talk to Broom. Broom, do you know what bamboo is? Can you go find some? Did you see any in
Oh
the nearby
God.
vicinity?
That's a great question. All
But
of you notice there is no bamboo anywhere near here.
Would it be a nature thing for me to know what kind of animals should technically be in this area? Just wondering.
No, make a nature check.
Okay. Because technically I should know this.
Oh my god. I had
16.
an idea.
16.
And like this, there's a section of the jungle that is like a large bamboo forest where pandas would normally live. This is a little bit far out of its radius.
Okay. Tuk Tuk will sit up because he's just hearing his friend struggle and like the disperse of the bamboo and the sad noises over and over, and he's just like, oh God. Can I use animal handling?
What do you do?
I want to try and calmly see if I can sort of like befriend the panda. Just kind of a, hey, we mean no harm. But like also maybe I can take you to a place that has bamboo. Because technically in this part of like Tuk would know. Kind of. Probably
You
not this area.
you're like a day's walk from any bamboo through the forest.
I
Maybe
have an
more.
idea. I don't know if it would work this way, but it's an idea.
I also have an idea, and it would
Okay.
require Kibby bending the rules of one of my items.
Tuk Tuk, go ahead
Mine.
and make a animal handling check. What are your ideas?
Okay.
Well, I have the spell Wither and Bloom.
21 for animal handling.
Brilliant.
My idea, though, is essentially go over to, like, I don't know, a shrub and basically wither it and cause, like, and try to bloom bamboo, like, grow a shoot of bamboo. I don't know if that would be
Well,
doable or not.
you don't have any bamboo, so you wouldn't
Okay.
be able to like pour magic into
Okay, that's why I was
growing
like,
a
I
shoot of
wanted to
bamboo.
try, like, see if it could be
Colby?
doable.
So this would require you to bend the rules a little bit
Okay.
of Zontar's box of crunchy things.
All right.
Because bamboo is
It's crunchy.
technically a crunchy thing.
Go ahead. That
Yes.
would be a crunchy thing. Do you
But
open the box of crunchy things in an attempt to pull out bamboo?
that would be my question is I need God to kind of favor me.
Persuasion check against the box.
Gonna roll.
Wait, could I technically
Okay.
use my magic conch?
Oh my god. Okay, that would be good, but I'm gonna do my persuasion check against the box because I got a 5.
Cool. Plus your persuasion, which is
11. It would be a +6 on persuasion.
all right. So you open the box of crunchy things. Roll a percentile. Tuk Tuk, as you kind of walk a little bit closer to it, say, "Hey, it's okay. You mean you no harm." It looks at you and begins to step forward. You notice that this is more of a adolescent bear.
Aww.
Golby, what'd you get on the blessed table?
21.
Yeah. So what is it? You have the box.
Oh, I have the box. I just get to decide.
No, it said there's
The
a
box has
list.
a list.
Yes, there's
The
a
box
box
has a
on the
list
list.
if you open the box. If you click on the box in your inventory, there's a list of what pops up. I mean, I can open the list on my side.
21 is a cob of buttered corn.
You pull out a cob of buttered corn.
Ooh.
And it's hot too. It's not like cold cob of buttered corn. It's like fresh, like freshly roasted. Smells amazing. You are compelled to eat it.
Can I roll to try and not be compelled to eat it to overcome
Roll
the
a
compulsion?
Oh,
roll a
wait, wait,
wisdom
wait, wait,
saving
wait.
throw.
Pandas
And
can't
a
eat corn.
wisdom- Okay. I have not been rolling well tonight, and I have no bonuses on this roll, so please.
I was gonna say pandas can't
3.
eat corn because the corn stalks are also high in plant sugars. Pandas really like occasional sugary treats.
I
So
rolled a 3 on my saving throw.
Cool. You Tuk, you look over as you know, pulling out a cob of buttered corn out of the box of crunchy things. You go, "Oh, that's great!" And you kind of look back over to the panda, like, "Hey, you want some corn? You want it?" And then you look back over to Golby, who is deep throating the cob of corn.
maybe not that cob of
Wait, do I have to eat it like corn cob and all, or do I just eat like the generally
No,
edible?
this is the blessed table. You don't have to eat the cob itself.
Okay, so I am going to I'm gonna give the cob to Tuk Tuk and give to
uh-huh.
the panda.
Your mouth
Okay,
is full of corn.
I'm gonna I don't know how hot it is, but I'm gonna blow on it so it's not too hot and then offer it to the panda.
Sure. Yeah, the panda begins to walk closer and closer. It's about 20 feet from you guys, and then you all hear ding, 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 as the alarm spell kicks off. The panda's eyes go from that kind of slight reddish tint to full black, like normal pandas have, like the very, very dark eyes. It has a shocked face on its like up here, and it sprints into the forest, bounding deeper and deeper into the jungle. It is gone.
Damn.
We're good. Oh, I was supposed to make a panda friend. Oh,
Did you guys forget I set alarms?
yeah.
We forgot about it.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, it's probably gonna run back to where it should be. Because I don't think it was there naturally.
oh. In the arms of an angel. Fly away. We're here.
Golby has Zontar like fly over his veal, and he just starts playing a very sad tune on it.
Here, let me roll something real quick. Okay, go ahead and hum like a little bit of a sad tune for me, Golby.
Sarah McLaughlin all the way.
Okay, as you're doing that, Zontar comes up and goes.
Zontar starts beatboxing.
Santar, that was not the time.
Oh,
Bring
sorry.
me my vial.
Oh, I thought you said lay down a sick beat, yo.
How did you lay down a sick beat from Bring Me My Veal?
Well, that's what bring me my veal. It means in infernal.
Yeah, reading the hand motions of Zontar as that voice emanates from it, you can tell it's lying.
And it's funny because I speak Infernal.
Oh yeah, so you definitely know he's lying.
Okay.
Well, anyways, good night.
I'm gonna go back where he was.
Okay. Well. Is it still Yai's ship or is it my ship now?
I believe
I
it's
don't
still
know.
my shift.
Wait.
You can go back to sleep.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going back to sleep.
As Yai just looks at the like horrendous racket that fucking Zontar's making, and just mutters, "I wish I had learned the silence spell."
I wish you learned it too.
No, the pizza doesn't go there. It's an entree. And you fucking donut.
Yai's gonna like come over and like lean down and speak like in a whisper to Zontar. It goes in the square hole.
Zontar disapparates from this plane of existence. The T-1000 from Terminator, he just like thumbs up down into the sand and just vanishes.
Oh. Why the hell did that thing follow us out of that crypt?
I
I don't
haven't
love
the
you.
foggiest idea.
Oh god, all the trouble it's caused me. I literally had to get my neck snapped for that thing.
Wait,
Yai actually kind of looks over intrigued.
Wait, you what?
Oh. Oh, shit.
Broom
forgot
flies
to-
down and kind of like mean mugs you.
Well, I guess it's story time.
Yeah.
Do
I sure
tell.
hope it is.
Oh god, now this is awkward. Fuck. Basically, I was worried about the shining that thing took to me, calling it its mistress. And so, I started to ponder. Could I have possibly really been that thing's mistress? Basically, I wanted to know if I was a simulacrum. I also wanted to know more about elves from this plane, as I don't really know much about them. So, I went to that elf that we were supposed to be partied with and talked to him, and well, to make a long story short, he put my mind at ease, and I know that I couldn't possibly be one of those things.
By having your neck snapped.
Did he snap it? Do I have to stab him?
No, it's okay. You don't have to stab him. It was kind of a consensual neck snapping.
Huh. So, no stab. Okay.
Basically, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't one of those god-awful abominations that did things like what we saw in the crypt.
Well,
And in this instance, Golby is specifically referring to the zombie that we found chained up.
Oh.
well, it seems your mind can be at ease. Death is definitely a way to check in that situation. And I see you got brought back with little trouble.
Yes, well, it's just thank the gods that his granddaughter is so skilled.
And I
Did
assume we are
seem quite
not
capable.
we're not mentioning this to Julian, I assume.
Even
Oh
I
no,
have
he
more.
knows, and,
Really?
let's just say you guys are reacting way better than he did.
Had a number of near-death experiences on the astral sea, but haven't had the privilege of actually dying yet.
It's fun, I recommend you do it.
I don't know if I want to join this club.
That had the same energy as Professor Farnsworth's I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Well, as tempting as that sounds, I think I'll hold off until we've a better chance of, well, not... I would like to be able to come back. After all, I have many things I have yet to finish in this lifetime. Death is a very interesting concept when you've lived on the astral sea as long as I have. As you should know as well. If I'm not mistaken, you also hail from the astral sea.
Yeah, well... Things just seemed more interesting here, so... that's why I came.
Time passing is a very interesting sensation.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm just here to have fun.
Yai just reaches over and like pats Tuk Tuk on the head.
I think we really bonded as a party right now. I mean, talking about death, I think that counts in the sense of friendship, I think.
Yeah.
All's fair in
everyone's fun.
friendship and death.
Well, the only one doing any
Title
loving
of the
it.
video?
The only
Title of the
yes.
video. Yeah.
The only one having any love going around here is Colby. So
I have had love and death.
you've had love and death. Yep, we'll call it that. All's fair in love and death.
I didn't say love, I said friendship.
Friendship and death.
Alrighty, let's go back to sleep now. Hopefully we don't have any more pandas showing up.
Golby, as you begin
Yeah.
to meditate and kind of pseudo dream, as elves do, what do you wish to dream about?
You want the joke answer or the real answer?
What does
I
Goldie
feel like
dream
it's
about?
Julian.
Just pick something, anything.
Please tell me it's not a sexy dream about Julian, please.
Golby's going to have a sexy dream about Julian.
Wana, 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 wow. So, what's Julian wearing in the sexy dream?
Well, going off of your reference, now I'm going to say a bunny suit.
And so then we cut to the next morning as the rest of the night is uneventful.
Should I take a long rest?
Yes, everybody, please hit the long rest button.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Yay!
Can I actually fucking do this? Oh, I totally can. Okay, I'm definitely doing that for the rest of the session. All right. As you stretch and stand up for the morning, early and bright and not as hot as yesterday, but much more annoying. There is a very strong breeze coming in from the kind of east by southeast direction, blowing wind and sand into all of your faces. You have to take cloths and like goggles that you've prepared for the journey, put them all on over your face as you trudge through and kind of against the wind. The sand like hits and cuts against your skin as you're, trudging on camelback. It's not as hot though, which is nice because the blowing sand does provide a weird modicum of shade. And looking directly up, you see that some of the sand particles glitter in the sky, as it's almost like a bit of a diamond dust that sparkles in the noonday sun.
It's shiny.
I would like for Tuk Tuk to roll a d20 for me.
Oh god.
Tuk Tuk falls prone to the shinies.
10.
Tuk Tuk, it is a beautiful day. Slightly less painful for you as your skin is covered in a layer of feathers. So as you're kind of looking around, having a good time, not being as hurt as your companions, it's glittery, it's beautiful, and uneventful. You make a good day's journey, And over the next 2 days, very similar, not much happens. The wind continues to blow, a little less on the second day, and as you hit the third day of travel for everybody, tell me, do any of you do anything interesting in your long rests for these kind of 2 extra days that you get of uneventful nothingness?
Yai probably pulls out like her cartographer's tools and is kind of like just doing like quick sketches in her like, or like doing drawings like in just kind of a notebook and just kind of like jotting down notes.
What kind of notes?
Just kind of like making notes of different locations, different landmarks, not that there are many, but kind of like mapping out the area. Anything she like observed on the horizon, she kind of like maths out like, oh, that would be this far away, kind of. She's literally being a map nerd. So it's like, oh, I saw a ridge on the horizon. How far away would that be? Math numbers.
Gotcha.
Yai is everything I'm not. She's good at math.
I will say around like noon on the third day, you notice it's hard to see because the sandstorm has gotten pretty fucking bad. You can't really see all that much, but a shadow kind of appears over top all of you as like a cloud moves over the sun, and provides some shade, and you're like, huh, that is the first actual cloud that has come across anything. Must have drifted in from the kind of the east. You've got the ocean over there somewhere, and probably was a lot larger and then dissipated through all the evaporation and whatnot over here. So it's like a very small cloud that just moved over you, provided you all some well-needed shade on that third day. Golby?
Golby, I feel, has kind of taken some time to contemplate this crystal ball that he has gotten from Tuk Tuk, and is pretty much just kind of trying to figure out how it works.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
Beep boop. $12 plus 2, 14.
14. So long as you are not looking through the crack of the crystal ball, it seems to work fairly decently, giving you a somewhat look into a specific person, as you can kind of scry on people using this ball. Who do you attempt to scry on?
Oh, we all know who.
Actually, I'm gonna attempt to scry on 2 characters in particular, and they're 2 characters that Golby has interesting towards, and those are going to be Stabby and Gus.
Stabby and Gus. Okay. Do you choose to look through the cracked part of the crystal ball at all, or are you attempting to use it in its kind of proper totality?
I feel like Golby is going to get curious and kind of try and look through the cracked part, because he kind of noticed that when Tuk Tuk was looking through it, they saw something that wasn't really normal.
Okay. As you scry upon Stabby for the first night, you see Stabby is sitting behind the counter, deep bags under her eyes, as it seems the night shift worker did not show up again. Like, the fuck? Why does the night shift worker keep not showing up? It's fucking bullshit. And like, you see her kind of like almost nodding off a couple of times, and then she gets up, and the image kind of follows her as she walks over to the rusty tankard, pulls a bobby pin out of her fur that the bobby pin didn't really do much of fucking anything because her fur is all over the place, just kind of kept it there. And she unlocks one of the windows on the rusty tankard, opens up the window, hops inside, walks in behind the counter, and pulls out kind of pulls out a cup of coffee after a little while as she makes herself a cup of coffee. She leaves like 5 copper pieces on the counter and a note saying Stabby took coffee. And then kind of hops back through the window, shuts it, locks it again, walks back to her, her station, starts sipping on the coffee and just like rubbing her eyes, annoyed. And when you look through the cracked part of it, you see a water genasi is standing behind the bar. Kind of these like shoulder-length dreads that are tied back into like a kind of like a half tied back ponytail. A couple scratches down his face here and there. It's just like, like old scars that seem to be like like played too hard as a kid and never really like healed them. And he's standing at about like 5'5", maybe 5'6", so a little bit shorter of a genasi, and is kind of writing a couple of things in a book as he stands behind the counter.
Interesting.
He's honestly kind of cute. He's got like a kind of like rugged like stubble kind of growing out on his face. He seems to be in his like 30s ish, but he's got kind of like a more rounded face and bright eyes that it kind of show a bit of like wonder in his eyes as he's writing. It's like, kind of has this little, and he does this little cute thing where he like takes the pen that he's using, or the quill that he's using, and he kind of like takes the feathered part of it and like kind of brushes away like a couple hairs that fall in front of his eyes, and he uses the feather to kind of brush it away, but it never works as well, so then he puts down the quill and like rubs the hair and tucks it behind his ear and then continues writing before it eventually falls back down in front of his face again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Might have to ask that rabbit about who this genasi is.
And then when you are attempting to scry upon, is it Gus?
Yeah.
Oh, you see just a really sad sight as Gus is like sneaking up to Glorbus and slowly like reaching across in front of him to try and grab like a little pouch of gold, and he like kind of glances over towards Glorbus and like picks up the pouch of gold, and then immediately his hand is whacked by like a fan that Glorbus has underneath his pillow, as Glorbus's eyes are just staring directly at him, and you can't hear anything, but you swear you can hear his voice in the back of your head just going, "Oh, what the fuck, Gramps?" And then a lecture ensues that lasts for 5 hours.
Just like I'm sitting there watching this entire thing unfold, and I'm just like, this fucking kid is just not good at what he does.
And when you look through the cracked part of the crystal ball, you see he's at a casino, a massive casino, one that you actually recognize. It is the waterfront casino at Glassridge, or like halfway between Glassridge and Inaduke, the largest casino here on Ramdahl, and in fact the only one that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
He is at a kind of blackjack table wearing a very clean looking suit, still very similar kind of dopey looking face, but you can kind of tell that he seems to be faking his ignorance. And he actually manages to sneak a card into his hand while he's acting out, being very kind of flippant, acting. It kind of looks like he's a little bit drunk, and he slips a card because you kind of see it from like the back perspective of him. He slips a card into his hand and removes a different one and slips it back into his jacket. And then when everybody else plays and he's like in the final bout against another guy, a really cocky looking gnome, they both go all in, and he lays out a straight flush as the gnome had three of a kind. The gnome slams his fist on the countertop. Chips are exchanged, and then Gus kind of picks up his haul of chips, loads them into like a little stacking, like a wood stacker, and takes them to go and get cashed out. And the person cashing out his chips is actually Glorbus again, who he nods to and tips Glorbus heavily, like $1,000 or 1,000 gold pieces to Glorbus. And all of the people, like all the other casino workers go, "Whoa, yeah, wow, that's awesome, thank you." And Gus gets some like special treatment from them, gets some free things on the way out, and waits for a little while before Glorbus comes out. They pool the money together and take their trinkets and walk with them. In the reality that is your own, Din has been laughing her ass off during the entire lecture, and in the opposite reality, Din is nowhere to be seen. Tuk Tuk, what do you do in these like 2 nights leading up to the next town?
I feel like Tuk Tuk unintentionally like befriends a lot of like forest animals.
Make an animal
Like a
handling
Disney.
check.
Tuk Tuk is a Disney
Okay.
princess.
I was gonna say Tuk Tuk is a Disney princess.
I just imagine Tuk Tuk as Giselle in Enchanted being like, ah, ah. And, like, all of the birds start coming towards them.
21.
21?
Yeah.
Could I have everybody roll a percentile for me?
Oh boy. $23.
23?
Let me roll. $43.
23, 43, and Tuk Tuk?
Oh. Just a straight 1d20. Oh, 1d.
No, a percentile. Yeah, D100.
$41.
Okay, 41, 43, and 23. On the first night, a raccoon kind of comes out of the jungle and forest and kind of starts walking up to you guys and like sneaks over to your bag of food and like tries to open it. And when it sees you looking at it, it just kind of like sticks out its arms and T-poses at you for a second, like looking at you. What do you do?
It's doing that to Tuk Tuk.
Yeah, it was trying to take some of your food.
Tuk Tuk is just like, don't. But at the same time, Tuk Tuk like spares like a little bit of his rations for the raccoon to take as like a compromise.
Yeah, you like pull off a little piece of jerky and hand it over to the raccoon, who does the little like grabby gimme hands and grabs onto the meat, looks up at you, and then like waddles, sprints back into the forest to go wash off the food that they just got.
Raccoons are cute like that.
And then the next night, you see the same raccoon comes out again, and behind the raccoon is a badger
Badger.
who kind of also comes up. And they both come up to you and they just kind of sit down. The fucking raccoon does like the little grabby hands, and the badger's just kind of like sitting there looking at the two of you.
Tuk Tuk just kindly like breaks off food again for both of them, but is kind of like, if you come a third time, you owe me something. And kindly gives a little bit of rations to both of them.
Okay. They both take it. The raccoon kind of waddle sprints back into the jungle. The badger like nods at you a little bit and carefully walks back into the jungle.
Cool.
And then suddenly,
Oh.
you hear, not too far in the jungle at all of you hear this.
Panda?
It's not a panda.
Could we have really been feeding those animals?
Only a little, turkey.
You hear kind of knocking into trees, walking over. You hear something clack and clatter against a branch. A pair of eyes, undaunted, walks forward.
Mm-hmm.
As you see a panther
Mm.
slowly prowling towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gets down into a pouncing kind of stance.
Okay. Does it seem like it's angry, agitated, or whatever? With
No, you actually see the raccoon like slides down the arm of the panther, like pats it on the side. The panther licks the raccoon and walks back into the forest. And then kind of holding like a little bindle behind it made of leaves, the raccoon like waddles up to you and places a little like leaf sack in front of you.
ooh, what's in the leaf sack?
As you open up the leaf sack, you open it up and kind of spilling out is 281 spiders. which the raccoon quickly like gathers them back up and ties the sack again and like hands it to you, and then does the little grabby hands.
Tuk Tuk, for like a moment, it's kind of like reminded of when they were in the crypt, and just has like a shudder moment. But he also knows that the raccoon means well, and so Tuk Tuk just kindly takes a piece of jerky, gives it to the raccoon, and thanks it. But Tuk Tuk will carefully probably like store this in such a way that he'll keep it for maybe like a trap or something.
Cool. Go ahead and add a bag of spiders to your inventory.
No, if you want, I could just take those from you and feed them to Zontar. He'd probably eat them.
He probably would.
Oh god.
I mean, he did eat like 7,000 ladybugs and a torch, so...
Speaking of, did Zontar ever come back after I scared him away?
As you say this, Golby, you watch as just out of your own hand when you say like you're kind of flipping your hand around a little bit, saying he did eat like 7,000 ladybugs and a torch. As you say that, Zontar just appears and he's like holding your hand.
Speak of the fucking devil, Jesus.
And then he kind of stands up, only perching on his very sharp, like, fingernails, kind of turns to you.
What? What? You cut out, what did you say?
We heard you, and then...
He says in Infernal, you called, essentially.
Oh. I'm afraid
A lovely time we're having today.
Spiders? Any notes?
About half of them are poisonous, or venomous.
Some of them are nice. Any other notes in terms of like the poison?
One of them is a tarantula. I don't know. What the fuck do you want me to say? It's a bag of spiders. Are you going to inspect every single one? Are you going to open this tightly sealed bag and spill spiders all over the ground to try and assess what they are? Or are you just going to accept that you have a bag of spiders?
I'm going to accept it. I was just wondering, like, oh, do I have to take note on, like, I don't know, poison damage?
We'll figure it out.
Okie dokie.
I have an idea for something that Tuk Tuk and I could do later with prestidigitation into this sack of spiders.
I'm glad. Oh, goodness.
What is it? What do you want? You called for me. What can I do for you?
Well, we thought we were going to have you eat spiders, but it looks like...
Oh, spiders, where? I love spiders.
No.
Oh, they're so delicious, yes.
This was my gift from my raccoon friend.
Unfortunately, the spiders are not for you. I'm gonna pull out the box and be like, if you want, you can have something out of the box.
Oh, yes.
And Zontar opens the box and gets a 90. Which is a cup of bean sprouts.
Nice.
Which immediately Zontar on his pointer finger and middle finger, the fingernails just grow and grow and grow to the length of chopsticks, as then picking them up like picking up the bean sprouts like chopsticks, just like shoves them into the hole in like the severed part of his wrist.
Oh.
And every time that a bean sprout goes in, it sounds like a pencil sharpener. Just
It was okay. Can I open it again?
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Oh yes, the second time is always better. Every time.
21. A fistful of broken glass. You watch as Zontar just absolutely like palm slaps into the broken glass. Shards of broken glass stick out of Zontar as each individual shard just absorbs into his skin. You hear a noise that you would never want to hear, as kind of a Food Wars level orgasmic reaction comes out of Zontar.
Dear God.
You watch clothing appear on Zontar and then burst off dramatically.
Oh my God. Did you enjoy your
Oh
snack?
yeah. Oh, that's the good stuff. Oh yeah.
And he's like vibrating.
Did you enjoy your snack, Zontar?
Blissful. Oh yeah. Oh.
Gonna lie, Zontar's starting to sound more and more like Pazuzu.
Okay,
Oh
Zontar.
goodness.
You can do whatever you want now.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea.
As Zontar begins to his palm doesn't move, but the fingers begin to rotate around circularly like a fidget spinner or helicopter blades, as then picking up speed, creating a little vortex underneath him, he begins to just like fly like a drone directly into the jungle.
I don't know what he's going to do, and that terrifies me.
You hear as a nearby tree then falls.
Oh god.
Zontar, do not desecrate nature. You
watch as Zontar is like crawling with a full tree just like balanced on the stump of his wrist as he crawls back over to you.
I'm gonna make something. Don't disturb me.
And you watch as a little bandana appears, almost as like a knuckle wrap around him, as Zontar begins eating parts of the tree. And just the entire night is just this disturbing crunching noise. And in the morning, you see a fully functional rocking chair.
Did he like
stuck in the sand?
Oh.
How the hell are we gonna transport this thing?
Oh no, this is breakfast.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my God.
Well.
Anyways, halfway through the next day, you guys make it to the edge of a very, like, large but purposefully sculpted, like, dune of sand, as a kind of circular wall has been created around a city. You see smoke rising up into the air, and, well, I say city, it's more like a village, as you all make it to the nearby settlement of Setilmunt.
Okay.
Welcome to Setilmunt, everybody.
Yay, settlement.
Yay!
The first
civilization.
thing you notice is atop the about 30-foot dune wall that is built around this settlement is a bridge that kind of connects the two points, as this is the only, like, carved path into the town. A couple of watchtowers poke up just above the edges of the dune, with several wooden walkways between them, very shoddily built, and you're surprised that they're still standing. As a sign hanging off a very frayed rope, and is in fact broken on one side and hangs like almost vertically rather than properly horizontally, is Setilmunt, spelled Setilmunt.
Love settlement.
And
Setilmunt.
Hmm?
I'm scared.
You see, kind of on top of the bridge. By the way, all of you are in the bottom left of the map right now.
Mhm.
You see on top of the little bridge walkway, holding a crossbow about the size of them, is a goblin. A goblin, big, like, long pointed ears that are so large that they actually flop down on the sides of their head, kind of like going down all the way past their shoulders even. And like they're kind of like flapping in the very strong breeze. They're wearing meter goggles and a very silly looking hat that kind of just looks like a wooden bowl with a strap that's been like punched through on either side, that straps around not the underside of their chin, but the underside of their very long, protruded, and downward hooked nose. Not being able to see their eyes whatsoever past the edge of the bowl, they look down at you, hold the crossbow down towards you, and say,
Who are you? Be ye a friend or foe?
Tuk Tuk replies back in Goblin. Friend!
Oh,
"You speak Goblin?" And then he switches completely to Goblin. "My, that is absolutely wonderful! Not many people of other species actually bother to learn our language. Welcome, welcome to Settlement. It is wonderful to have you here. Please come in. I know the desert storms are quite dreadful these past few days. Please enter, enter." Meanwhile, Yral and Golby, you hear,
Just, I'm gonna look over to Yral and go, I think that Zontar might speak Goblin.
Kinsha. She like shakes her head and walks in.
all right.
Just gonna like look around and
Oh,
remember what I said wrong.
wait. Tuk Tuk just looking back and she's like, actually, I don't think he does. Because if he did, I'd understand it. Just actually.
Like really hit Golby with the actually moment.
As
You're
you
rubbing off on Tuk Tuk.
Yup.
as you travel inside, you see that there's no one really outside at the moment, as it is dreadfully hot out. Even more so since the wind that was battering you and smacking sand into your face is now harmlessly passing above all of you as it blows over the dune itself. However, it does create kind of a pseudo oven furnace scenario. It is real hot in this town. Nobody is out.
Uh, do you know where like the closest what are we looking for? Inn or place
Somewhere
for
we can get out
refreshment?
of this. Refreshments would probably be good.
Yeah, I'll be right down,
saying in common, running over to this little watchtower, running down a spiral staircase that runs around it, and then tripping halfway through, and you hear as
Are you okay?
one of the steps like completely collapses and falls out, and they ping like land on the wooden bowl, and they look at you and it's like,
that's why I wear the helmet.
and they run up to you. They're shorter than you, Tuk Tuk, by about a foot. And they run up to you and go,
how's it going? Welcome to Setilmunt. In common, my name is Hey You.
Nice to meet you,
Nice.
Hey You.
Nice to meet you as well. Oh, and in Goblin, my name is
Reginald McFarlane.
Reginald
You guys just hear. It literally sounds like he's about to throw up.
Riveting.
Yeah, but just call me Hey You. That's what everybody calls me. Anyways, welcome to Settlement. So you're looking for a place to sleep. So we got 2 different places. One would probably be better for you guys, and the other one would probably be better for you.
As he separates Tuk Tuk from the list.
Yeah, so we got a place just up the road over here. It's called Long Rest. Right there. And then if you walk down...
By the way, do you guys have access to move your little token? I believe everybody should.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, so just come right here for me. Way down the road, right over there, past the big hunting house, there's a inn that would probably be better for you, little bird guy. I'm so sorry. What is your name, and what are your pronouns?
My name is Tuk Tuk. Just call me Tuk Tuk. Although, people actually don't know this, but my name is actually pronounced... But, again, just call me Tuk Tuk.
Absolutely. Well, it is wonderful to meet you. And,
you just hear the garbled language, and then just hear Tuk Tuk like saying a sound that sounds like a knock. That's just because I feel like Tuk Tuk would still speak Goblin during this whole entire like interaction.
I'm feeling a
Yeah,
tad left out.
Kind of flipping between Goblin and Common whenever addressing Golby and Yagral.
So this is Long Rest, and over there, that one is Short Rest, right over there. Long Rest is better for tall people because they got the beds that are longer, and then Short Rest is better for short people because they got like nice, cozy, or smaller beds.
Oh, finally, something that's perfect for me.
Okay.
So the beds aren't cozy at Long Rest. Sad to hear.
Oh, not for smaller people. Like for me, I don't feel cozy in a large bed. Like it kind of feels like a weird nest. The blankets are too large. Like you get lost in them, and then it creates those like pockets of air underneath it that don't get as like warm as the rest of the blanket that's like directly touching your skin. It's just annoying. Short rest is way better for people who are smaller, like me.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Perfectly understandable.
Alrighty. Is there any other places you would recommend us visiting while we're here at Setilmunt?
Right. You guys use that fancy word that means food and drink and shit. Yeah, I gotcha. Alright, so just right up here. Over there. Alright, just down the road over there. You see that really big building that has like the really good smells coming out of it?
Yes.
That is the best bakery in all of Ramdahl. They bake bread, they bake things that are sweet, and they make meat. Oh my god, their meat is so.
And you watch his drool just dumps like a cupful just straight out of the mouth of this goblin, wetting the clothing in front of them, just as this entire just like stream of slime just like emanates from their mouth.
You should probably keep the
So
drool
good.
in check. After all, it is a desert we're in. Don't want to get dehydrated.
Oh, well, this will just cool me down.
And they kind of like scoop the drool back up and just smear it over their face.
Ah, much cooler.
Golby is just going to mutter for the love of God in Elvish.
Oh my god.
Right over there, it's fantastic. In Orcish, its name is Rokandagor.
Tuk like, since Tuk apparently also speaks. Well, he speaks giant, but
Giant
he
is
can
not
understand.
Orcish.
Giant is
Yeah,
not
nope.
Orcish.
You remember the name of it in common, but yeah, you can just call it Rokthor.
I
Rockthor.
feel like I need to add
Oh,
that to
no, don't say that. Ew.
Hmm?
Maybe stick to common.
What was it in
It's
common?
really best not to say things that you don't know.
True.
Especially in other languages. You never know who you're going to offend.
She makes this weird chittering sound and then walks away.
Any
That was
other
weird.
places you would recommend?
Like, what are you looking for? There's nowhere else to get food. Like, anywhere. Unless you go and get it yourself or buy it raw from the hunting house.
To replenish. Do you guys want to know any weapons or any potion places? Anything? Is that?
Well, if your weapons are made of wood, we've got, Woodworks right over there.
Ooh.
And, potions, that's like magic shit, right? I am way too poor for that crap. They do not pay me enough for that. But it's right over here on the opposite side of, the hunting house. It's like the first building that you see, kind of like curved-ish. Close enough. It's called Magic Shop.
Oh my.
That's
Okay.
the description.
Are there any places that sell armaments that aren't made of wood?
Well, what do you want them made out of? Like leather? Hide?
Metal?
Ooh, metal? Oh no. That's we don't get metal around here. Metal's
What about
expensive,
leather?
man. Oh, leather? Pretty Good will take care of you. Oh, that's what it's called. Pretty Good. Oh man, they're fantastic. All right, well, I gotta get back to my job, unfortunately. But if you ever need a tour, you can go and meet my brother.
What's your brother's name?
His name is Heine. Like a
Okay.
butt.
Hey, you and
What is
Heine.
that in Goblin?
Oh, his name in Goblin? His name in Goblin is Eduardo.
Eduardo.
No, Eduardo.
Eduardo.
No.
Eduardo.
I can't roll my tongue.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that was spicy. Hey there, tall and glittery. You
Oh,
doing
sorry,
anything later
and
tonight?
Bacon.
You in for a threesome?
No.
And he coughs up like a giant ball of sand and like spits it on the ground.
I'm
Charming.
very flexible.
No. Thank you.
Well, your loss.
Thank
And
you again.
you watch as he like saunters away a little bit, and then you see a window kind of open up on the hunting house, and a singular burning red eye stares out at him, and he freezes in place like a shiver up his spine. He looks up at it and then fucking sprints back to his post.
Huh.
The curtain opens slightly more. It is like really dark in that room. Even dark vision for you, Golby, doesn't pierce it. It's like magically dark in that room. As then a single clawed, dark red, like almost like dried blood, close to black, like clawed hand waves at the three of you.
Yeah, I, as like someone who's like seen weirder shit, just waves back as she believes that to be the pleasant thing,
Kindly waves
the polite
back.
thing to do.
What does
Golby
Golby
is
do?
also going to just very awkwardly wave back.
All right, so all three of you wave back. The curtain then shuts once again.
Huh. Well, anyway, should we look at all of the other places and then eventually take a bit of a rest before heading out again? We can maybe ask about, like, intel about where we're going.
Would be a good idea.
Yeah, I kind of
Well-
like lifts her nose a little bit and sniffs. Can she smell what's coming from Pretty Good?
Yeah, you're close enough. You smell right now the most like prominent scent that is coming out is the scent of roasting meat. Make a perception or survival check.
We'll go perception. That's a 6.
Prescription.
No idea.
Smells like meat.
Smells like meat.
Okay, well, after surviving off of just our rations for the last 3 days, I think the restaurant might be a good place to start.
Plus, isn't it a
People are
good
very
place
chatty.
to find information anyway?
Let's go!
Okay.
A bready good.
Ooh.
As you step up to Bready Good, the closer you get, the stronger the scent of what you can now tell, getting closer, roasting pork. Just wafting out of the wooden walls of this establishment. You notice that pretty much every building around here, the wooden walls all have like cracks and gaps, and you can hear like the whistling noises of wind like blowing through it. It sounds fairly eerie, but damn, does it smell delicious in here. Feel free to move yourselves however you would like to.
Are most people like chatting and muttering in Goblin?
Like from inside, this is pretty good right here.
Oh,
This is the door.
yes. Yes. Like, yeah, I'm ready.
From what you can tell, it's a big fucking murmur of many different languages, Goblin included.
Mm-hmm.
What you kind of pick up on is like in Goblin.
With that one. I want that one. Give me that one. Okay, we'll get that one for you. Oh, that one over there, and that one over there. Yes, we're gonna get a lot of sausages. It's fine. Yay! I like sausage.
Okay. I
Bully,
want it.
you approach this this tent where kind of through like the little crack in the flap here, you can see chilling out inside of the tent, like sweating their fucking ass off, is a furred, like a furred creature with a long snout on it. You can't really see too much of it. It has like a rounded ear on one side.
Golby is going to... So, is like right here kind of the... Where do I go to enter the building?
So that's the wrong building. That is just a house. The building over here behind you is pretty good. But as you like glance inside of that building, you see that there's a family of orcs that are kind of making some food, all sweating. It's really hot and whatnot. As you open the door, Tuk Tuk, immediately you are confronted with just a loud, resounding sound of a bunch of different languages and orders all being called out.
Does anyone seem to look like adventurers as well, by chance?
Sorry, I'm trying to find the right music for this. Perfect. As you step inside, you hear just tons of shouts and calls as all of these different, like, thought to be monstrous races are all scrambling over each other, clamoring up towards the countertop, shouting out orders, grabbing pieces of meat, throwing gold coins in, and like pouches, and like someone throws a stick over the kind of the countertop, and it's all being dodged or caught by a half-orc. A half-orc standing there with 3 or 4 long scratches running down his face, an apron covered in blood. One of the scratches runs over his tooth. Let me see if this works correctly. Show to players.
Yay!
As you see, holding a large butcher knife, stained, covered in blood, very muscular looking, this half-orc shouts out this like deep guttural call, this and everyone quiets down. Alright, thank you. Now please, one at a time, I'm trying to get your orders as best I can. We've got to package these up for you, unless you just want to eat them right there. But if we could have everyone form an orderly line, then I will not be forced to get my dad over here to come and kick your butts again, just like yesterday. So, if everyone remembers that, please step into line, form an orderly line, please. Thank you very much. And immediately people begin to kind of shift and move backwards and say like, I was here first, and then like it just shoves a person. You see like goblins, you see gnolls, you see kobolds here, you see orcs. This one up here is like a fucking ogre that is standing there very politely in the back, like just kind of standing there smiling. Looks over at Tuk Tuk and kind of gives him a nod. The big one will actually like thud, thud, thud every step that they take, shaking the stamped dirt earth beneath you, and comes down and in giant says, "Was you here firstest?"
Oh, and Tuk Tuk just replies back in giant. Oh, you can go first. It's our first time here. Do you recommend anything?
First time? First timer! You hear in common, everyone immediately shoots a glare over towards Tuk Tuk, Yai, and Golby. These people over on your left stop eating, and everyone cheers and they kind of part like the Red Sea and start like shoving you guys to the front. Like, go first, go first. It the rule, it the rule.
Oh, okay. Let's go, guys! Just tiny steps.
Hey.
Just leaving. Hello.
Hello. You watch as Zontar also like crawls across the floor, and a lot of people just like politely wave to Zontar or like offer a handshake or a fist bump, or they vomit on the ground, and Zontar hoovers it up.
He's like a
Zontar
Roomba.
is my favorite Roomba.
Oh my god.
He's a fucking Roomba.
And you hear, "Oh, hello there, welcome, first timers," and like pulling out a large bell out from underneath the counter, and with the back of the butcher knife that they're holding, smacks the bell a bunch of times. It is loud and obnoxious. You hear ding, 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 ding. Welcome, first timers! Hello, hello, how are you all? Hello, welcome to the Chi Family Restaurant of Bready Good. My name is Meathead, and I will be your meat server for today. That back there is my dad. His name is Mr. Chi. And that over there is my mum. Her name is Bree. And Mr. kind of steps forward and goes, "It's a pleasure." And then steps into a blazing hot furnace to take a slab that is on a spit, and then steps over here to begin like packaging it up or plating it. Oh yeah, they're a little busy. They don't really like to talk all that much. My mom doesn't have a tongue. It's a standard thing. So what can we get for you?
Oh, it's our first time here, so what would you recommend?
Oh man, you came in on a great day. Our hunters had a wonderful hunt yesterday and this morning. So we've got some freshly roasting boar over on the back spit. We've got some steaks from a weird cow-looking thing that we found. Had mushrooms growing on its back, so it's got like a lot of that umami flavor to it. We've got some of our standard sausages over here. We got blood sausages. Really big sausages over here. I don't quite remember what kind of meat this is. We got a goat over here. And then over here we've got prepackaged mincemeat, perfect for throwing into any, like, mincemeat pies or, like, any soups or stews. We also got buckets of meat. I think I got a chicken one in here somewhere. And then over here is, like, some flying piranhas. Those things were fucking weird, but they taste good.
You could eat
I
them,
would
Tuk
like to
Tuk.
try the weird.
We
I would
also got,
love
like,
to
soup
have.
and stuff.
I would love to have the weird cow with the mushrooms, but also give me one of those piranhas.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, and if you want any baked goods, we've got another counter right around the way. He kind of points across the corner over there. Got another counter right around the corner over there. We've also got a little bit of a bar over there with some ale that we brew ourselves in the back of our shop here. Well, we kind of like brew it outside, but you know, same difference. It's still technically our property. But yeah, so that's gonna be one flying piranha and what was the other the mushroom cow? Right, I got you. And he like runs in here and grabs like bare hand grabs one of the fucking steaks that's like cooking over the like fire pits and goes ow 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 hot. And he wraps it in like cloth. Are you eating it at one of our tables, or are you gonna be taking it with you?
Oh, it will be on. We're gonna take a table.
A table, absolutely. Here is your table number, and he hands you like a little wooden plank of wood that's on like a spike. Kind of just looks like a like a fucking wooden stake with a number carved into it, and it's a very sloppy looking number one actually. Here you go. Just stab this into the
Whatever
table that
was.
you're sitting at.
Oh, stab it. And then how much is it?
Mom, how much is a mushroom cow steak and a flying piranha? And Bree, a very beautiful looking woman, with curly brown hair, kind of comes over, gives you all a nod, writes down on a piece of paper, can you read? As she has this little, it's not a piece of paper, it's actually like a chalkboard slate and a piece of chalk. She's like, can you read? Question mark.
Yes.
Yes.
I can read.
She kind of nods at you, wipes it clean, and then writes that it'll be either 8 silver pieces or a trade.
A trade? Oh.
Kind of writes down not a lot of liquid currency in this town. A lot of things are for trade.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Are you looking for anything specific?
Writes down, we go based on customer offers.
Let's see. Oh. Let's see. I'm just double checking just to see what I have, but I don't know if I have anything that would be worth anything to that, worth trading. Let's see. For some reason, I have an extra tinderbox.
Do you produce the tinderbox?
Yes.
Bree draws a thumbs up on the board and then realizes that she didn't need to do that and puts the chalk on the board and then gives you a thumbs up. Oh, sorry, that's a little hand sign from around this area. A lot of the cool kids are using it. That means she's accepting your offer.
Oh, cool. Here, take my extra tinderbox.
I got you. And Miteg leans over the counter and grabs the tinderbox and pulls out a wooden bowl from underneath here and places the steak and the piranha that's been roasted whole and salted into the bowl, and then he walks over a few steps to here and takes a spoonful of this this gravy looking stuff and just pours it over top it and then walks back over to you guys. And you can go ahead and pick up a bread roll. We like to say it's on the house, because we used to serve it on this little house that we would give to people. But it just kind of means that it's for free.
Oh, thank you. This is so cool.
You can pick it up at the counter, right over there, just past the corner.
Okay. Then Tuk will step back and wait for everybody else to get their food.
Golby is just going to do one of the mushroom cow steaks.
Absolutely, I gotcha. Runs over and grabs hot, and then grabs a bowl and plops it into the bowl. Did you also want the gravy? I should have asked if you wanted the gravy. I'm sorry, little boyfriend. I was a little insensitive there. Did you want some gravy?
I love it!
I will take the gravy. It sounds delicious.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, Dad, I'm coming through, getting some of the gravy. And he puts a spoonful of the gravy on it. All right, some gravy on a mushroom steak. Mom, how much is that? And then she writes down 4 silver or a trade.
Golby is just gonna pay 4 silver.
Oh, you're trading some cool little metal coin things. And Bree kind of like gives a little like look to Metag and rolls her eyes a little bit, but smiling the entire time. She takes the 4 silver, hands you the bowl. All right. Thank you very much. And what for you? Hang on. Are you one of those Gith Yankee peoples?
Yes.
We've got a couple of those roaming around town here. Not sure exactly where they are. I think their names are Gripple Grapple or Schmungo Bungo, something like that.
I do not recognize the names.
Oh, well, it's fine. I mean, you're like much better looking than them anyway. What can we get for you? What can we get for you?
She kind of gives a little sly smile.
Golby is going to look over to Tuk Tuk and make that one like Shrek face where he's kind of like looking slyly at Donkey.
I know the exact fucking face you're talking about too. It's like it like popped into my brain and I'm like, yep, I know exactly what fucking face Colby's making.
Hold on.
Fucking troll.
Golby, a point of inspiration to you.
I love that for him.
Oh my
The
god.
exact one that I'm thinking of to the chat.
Please do, because if it's the one I'm thinking of, I'm gonna laugh even harder. Yep.
Oh, God.
That is the exact face that Golby is going to just make looking at Tuk Tuk being like, ooh.
So, what can we get for you?
I would like to also try one of those, as well as a slab off of that big hunk of roasting pork.
Oh, sorry. And he kind of like flexes. This big hunk is not for sale, but yeah, I'll get you some pork. And he walks over, grabs a big slice off of the belly of the boar. You know, nice big hunk of pork belly. And then grabs a steak and he goes hot, 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 as he grabs a bowl and plops them in there. Would you also like a little bit of our special sauce? And he gives you a double wink as he blinks at you, but suggestively.
Golby is going to lean over to Tuk Tuk at this point and just kind of go, 10 gold pieces says she takes him home.
Love that you guys are like betting on this. Yeah, I was gonna kind of give a little grin and be like, sounds delightful. I'd love to try it.
Absolutely. We've got some of the special sauce coming right up onto this, and he goes to a different cauldron and pours this kind of like black sauce over it. It's like really dark brown or black, and he pours it over it. He brings it back, and it looks like just like a bubbling like black cauldron that he hands over to you. Enjoy.
Thank you. How much do I owe?
Oh, well, Mom, how much does she owe? And Bree, writes on the sign, it's on the house. If.
I'm pretty sure that
And then she erases it.
If.
On me.
If. Writes another sentence. Mom, no, don't write that. And then he, like, forcefully erases it. Mom, embarrassing me. Fine, she writes, ... and then erases it. That'll be, 7 silver pieces or a trade.
Oh, I don't know if Yai has anything worth trading right now. Let me see what she has.
You can trade for a date. Tuk Tuk just says in the distance.
Golby is going to project his thoughts into Yral's mind and just go, "He's kind of cute."
She kind of suppresses like a jump, like wasn't expecting, just like yammering in her brain.
But Miteg overheard you say you could trade it for a date, and immediately his face like flushes red. And he's like, I got a chick on the beer," or so, like bumps into his dad. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I hope you enjoy your meal. He like runs.
She'll hand over 6 silver, or 7 silver. Sorry.
7 silver.
And then just kind of be like, for curiosity's sake, when is he off for the night?
We close at sundown.
She'll kind of give a nod and a smile and take her bubbling cauldron of black goo.
And then she writes, "But the bar stays open until midnight."
Maybe I'll see him there.
Golby is once again going to make the Shrek face at Tuk Tuk.
All right. Yrol, as soon as you like begin to step back and take your bubbling cauldron of goo, the entire crowd immediately rushes up, running forward, sprinting. And just like a menagerie of fucking noises, except for the very polite ogre in the back who nods and like waves at all of you and very politely waits their turn in line.
Yeah, turns to him. Thank you.
Oh, that's a mistake. Here, let me bring Zontar to the front. And make sure Broom is to the front as well. Let's try that. No? Ah, there we go. No? What the fuck? Alright, whatever. Zontar's hiding.
Zontar is in Golby.
Zontar latches onto Golby's left butt cheek.
I imagine that's
Golby
not
is going to
comfortable
gently
walking
remove
around.
him. Golby is going to gently remove Zontar from his butt cheek and just go, "You are not Julie, and you do not get that privilege."
Make a contested strength check.
So that is
I do love my boy.
D20.
Uh-huh. Plus your strength.
Money. 17 plus 0, so just a 17.
Beats a 7. You like forcefully remove Zontar from your ass. And Zontar goes,
Fine, but at least let me carry your food for you.
and like props up underneath the bowl and just kind of floats along next to you.
Whatever floats your boat.
Oh, what floats my boat is eldritch fiendish magic.
You know, that does make sense.
All right. As you all shove past the group of people who are all sitting down, eating and drinking their food,
A bakery.
you walk over
bakery.
and you see a large, intimidating-looking half-orc with 4 scratches running down the side of their face, one of the scratches running over one of his tusks, wearing a large, bloodied, now white apron and a slightly different colored bandana, and now has a very cheesy and fake-looking mustache plastered over his face. You see Miteg standing in front of you all, holding a rolling pin now.
Tuk whispers to Yai, he has arms for days.
I can
Golby
see
is going
that.
to again project. Golby is going to again project his thoughts into Yral's mind. You should totally hit that.
And you hear from the very intimidating figure, "Oh, hello! Welcome over to the bready part of Bready Good. I've got lots of different breads and pastries over here, sweet things that I've invented myself. Thank you very much."
Do you have any specials?
Oh, let's see. Well, I've got over here these little crescent-shaped bread rolls that have a lot of different layers to them. So when you break them open, they're nice and fluffy and buttery on the inside. I call them cressants because I first made them for my aunt.
Ooh, I'll take one.
Alright. One croissant. And then over here, I've got plenty of different cakes and pies. Right over here, I've got these special little things. Right over here, these little pouches of dough that are wrapped around some candy, like sweet coated nuts, and like a beautiful fresh creme sauce on the inside. I call them dough nuts.
Hmm. Well,
I've got plenty of pies, some of these really twisty pieces of bread. I got really mad one time and I tied a baguette into like this shape. And a word just like immediately came to my mind. I called it twisty bread. But then my dad said that was dumb and we should call it pretzel. Because that was the name of our first dog. And they died when they got tied up by a snake.
Golby is once
It's
again
not
going to
creative.
project his thoughts into Yral's mind. Okay, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't.
But we've also got a bunch of lovely cakes and pies made from different fresh berries from the jungle itself. And these wonderful sweetbreads made with honey directly from killer beehives.
Ooh.
I will try one of the sweetbreads and some of the cake.
Ooh, I've also got one last of our most popular item, the mosh pillow. As he brings out a giant marshmallow that is in the shape of a pillow. You can sleep very sweetly with one of these.
I think that the sweetbread and the cake will be perfect.
Absolutely. Do you want a slice or a whole cake?
Just a slice. I'm not quite hungry enough for a cake.
All right,
Well,
so we've got. Oh, absolutely. So we've got a lot of different cakes. If you would like to, let's see. We've got acai. We've got acerola. We've got aronia berry. We've got bilberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, blueberry, boysenberry, cape gooseberry, chuckberry, cloudberry, cranberry, crowberry, currant, dewberry. We've got elderberry, goji berry, gooseberry, hackberry. We've got huckleberry. We've got juniper berry. We've got kiwi berry. We've got lingonberry. We've got loganberry. We've got marionberry, mulberry, nannyberry, Oregon Cape grapes. We got pawpaws. We got raspberries. We've got bananas, which yes, those are berries. So are durian, but we don't have any durian right now. We've got red currant. We've got salmonberry. We've got Saskatoon berry. We've got serviceberry. We've got snowberry. We've got tayberry, and then thimbleberry, unagi fruit. We've got Vaccinium ovatum. We've got pineberry. We've got wild blueberry. We've got wineberries. We've got wolfberries. We've got yewberries, young berries, bearberries. We've got white mulberry. We've got sea berries, and then we've got strawberries, which aren't actually berries, but we've got them anyways.
Oh, do you guys have snozberries?
No, we're all out of snowberries.
Oh, damn it, that's what I wanted.
Well, if you want one that tastes like schnozberries for you, I'd say you should go for the bearberries.
I think I'll just play it safe and I'll go with the huckleberries.
Huckleberry cake, absolutely. And he like cuts a piece of this beautiful looking like a yellow cake that he pulls out a big slice of it, and then from underneath the counter pulls out this little jam jar that he opens up and pulls a big old scoop of the huckleberry jam over it and spreads it down and dusts it with a little bit of powdered sugar and a single mint leaf on top, and he hands it to you.
Mm-hmm. And how much do I owe?
Oh,
Yeah,
so all of these are actually trial items, so they're all on the house. We use on the house around here because we used to serve them on little houses, but then all of them got broken, so it just means free, essentially.
Oh,
Okay.
ooh, thank
Well
you.
then, that's wonderful.
So, here you go.
Ooh.
Thank you very much.
And how about you, little boyfriend?
Oh, the croissant and the pretzel.
Absolutely, one croissant, one pretzel. Do you want any like cheese sauce or dipping butter or anything to dip your pretzel or croissant in?
Ooh, butter, please.
Some butter, absolutely. And he like pulls out off the top of the kind of oven over here a nice little bowl of melted butter and hands it to you along with the pretzel and croissant. All right. And finally able to round the corner, Yairal, now seeing this figure. All right, and what can I get for what can I get for you, milady?
Sweet.
Golby is going to motion Tuk Tuk to move closer to them.
I believe I heard something
right
about
here.
dough and nuts.
Oh yes, creation of my very own dough nuts. What kind of nuts would you like? And we've got some with almonds. We've got some walnuts, or right now some peanuts. I wouldn't really recommend the peanuts for first timers. It's a little strange to get mashed in a kind of a weird way, making kind of like a weird buttery kind of ness to them. They're a bit more savoury than they are sweet. So I'd go with either the almonds or the walnuts.
I'd like to try the walnuts.
I bet she'd like to sample his peanuts.
But he said it's no good for first timers. I
Absolutely.
don't understand.
Do you want one, two? Oh, and do you want any sweet glaze drizzled over the top, or maybe some? We've got this like. It might sound a little weird, but it's amazing, decadent, delicious. It's like a fermented it's a fermented cacao like sauce that brings this kind of like savory, really deep, rich sweetness to it that we could drizzle over the top.
That sounds delightful. I'll
He
try
keeps
it.
talking about sauce now.
And he will drizzle some chocolate sauce on a walnut donut for you. And there you are. And he gives you a second one that he puts some plain powdered sugar on and a little bit of like a lemon, lemon cream on the side. And there you are.
Thank you. And
I hope you thoroughly enjoy your meal today.
I'm sure
And
I
he
will.
gives you a double wink, which means he blinks at you, but provocatively.
He's going to seductively
Cute.
winky.
I think he was winking the way you do at Julius.
The direction. Oh, she's coming. Shh.
And if you want any drinks, just speak to Tom right over there. Oh, I'm sorry, I never got your name, actually.
Oh, Yairal.
Yairal. Ooh, a beautiful name. That's Tom over there. My name is Tegme. Yeah, Tegme.
Nice to meet you, Tegme.
Absolutely wonderful to meet you as well.
And she'll proceed to go to the table.
And Tuk and Gulby, from your angle, you can see Tegmi's face gets really red, and he like fans his cheeks a little bit, and he was like, "Oh mine, oh mine, oh mine," as he then walks over to the bakery oven to pull out another batch of whatever he's baking.
Gyrol, do you want me to read his mind? I can totally do that for you.
No, I'm pretty sure the red on his face gives away his intention.
But what if you really wanted to know? Because, like, I really want to know.
Sounds like you really want to know.
Oh my god, how did you guess? Okay, I'm gonna do it. I know I can stop me.
While Colby does that, Tuk notices this kind of group as he eats.
You see the three of these, the orc and the two goblins here are like in a very big drunken stupor talking to each other in Goblin, and you kind of overhear it's a lot of slurred words and like misspeaking and laughing at how silly it is. And then the orc says, "Go get us some more drinks from that fucking human over there."
I got you, boss. Hey, Tom! Get us another round of drinks!
Yeah.
Oh god.
I can't hear you! Why don't you say it to my face, whatever you're thinking?
He jumps up onto the bar, like grabs Tom by the lapel.
Now, why don't you give us our motherfucking drinks right now?
Sirs,
Oh my goodness.
I think you guys might be a little bit too drunk. Too drunk! And he shoves him back into the cask and like, ugh!
Oh, can I acrobatics my way over there to knock him down, please?
Yeah, you like walk over here. I'm gonna give you, just make a melee attack roll at advantage.
Melee attack? Where would that
Yeah, so
be
just
on
like using your dagger.
my... Oh, okay.
Just like use the stats of your dagger, but you're basically just like, you know, pulling the foot from underneath this goblin.
12.
At advantage, so roll again and take the higher number. 12. You like grab the foot of the goblin and pull it out from under him. He like slips and catches himself, so he doesn't like whack his face on the table or nothing, but he just slide down and kind of pushes you back a little bit. And he's like,
Hey, what's the big idea here? Huh? Who are you? You get in the way of our drinking? Yeah, we're drinking. We're drinking. We're drinking. Lots of drinks. I think that's quite enough for you two. Looks like we've got a party pooper.
and this entire row of guests here all like hear that, shovel the rest of the food and drink into their gullets, and all immediately exit.
Ooh.
Gold.
We don't appreciate party poopers right here.
And I don't appreciate saying this in like Goblin. Shit faces like you three.
Whoa! Hey, what the heck was that? That was uncalled for and uncultured and uncle. Uncouth, you idiot. One. Well then, looks like we've got ourselves a bar brawl. You ready, boys? Looks like this bird's gonna get cooked. You should have said goose, boss. Oh yeah, looked like this bird's gonna get goosed.
And I would like for everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
add a turn for everybody.
This is the third one I've rolled tonight.
15 for initiative.
Alright, so 15 for Golby.
I got a 20.
I got a 22.
22 for Yairol,
Yep.
and 20 for Tuk Tuk. All of them are going to roll a disadvantage because they're drunk as fuck, so that is going to be a 5 for the regular goblin. The goblin boss is going to... Ooh! Goblin boss gets a 6. And the orc gets... a natural 20 and a natural 1, bringing him to a total of 0. So, Yairol, you're up first.
Yai's gonna put her food, like, on the table and kind of just push it to the side, make sure it's not in harm's way.
Sorry, Zontar should be over next to Golby, technically, so I'm gonna move him there.
Golby is going to look over at Yairol and just go, "Oh, you wouldn't want the food that he's prepared specially for you to get ruined, now would you?"
She just looks at him as she walks by, very slowly, very casually. And it's just like, let's just get this over with. I want to enjoy my food while it's still hot. So she's just kind of like, she's not even gonna draw a weapon to start. She's just gonna stand there, crack her knuckles, and ready a spell.
What spell are you readying?
Let's see. Now, question. Do these guys have weapons on them?
Yeah, you see, like, pulling out from underneath the table, the goblin's got, like, this weird-looking mace. The goblin boss has, like, a dagger that has some, like, chicken skin kind of stuck to it, and the big guy here, smashes a chair and wields a great club made out of broken chair.
I don't know. So, if I'm going to hold a action, can I still do a bonus action or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna, like, kind of first just as she's talking and being like, can we just get this over with? She kind of makes, like, hand gestures, like she's, like, kind of, like, put off, but she kind of moves one in a way to just draw a sigil of warding in the air and cast Blade Ward on herself as her bonus action.
Okay. So
and then she has her hand, like, probably on her staff because she uses it as a walking stick. So she kind of has that in the other hand, and she's gonna hold Booming Blade for the first person who swings at her. So whoever hits her first is gonna get smacked back with Booming Blade.
Sounds good. Tuk Tuk, you're up.
Okay, so I do have, what is it called? So for since I'm a swashbuckler and I have, like, fancy footwork, is it possible for me to kind of acrobatics my way on the other side here, like flippy, so I could flank?
So if you make a melee attack against a creature, they cannot make an opportunity attack against you for the rest of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it means. So if you were to attack this goblin and this goblin with melee attacks, you could then move over here without either of them making an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay. Okay. Well, how should I do this?
Also, Broom
Yeah.
got a 12
I'm
on
going
her
to...
initiative.
Broom actually just goes directly after you, but
okay.
If you want Broom to do anything,
no,
just
that's fine.
Let me know.
Yeah, I will. I don't know if I want her to do
Okay,
anything.
yeah, I'm going to dagger the two of them.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Both of the attacks are at advantage because they're drunk as fuck.
Cool. So the first roll would be for for the advantage. I'll do this person first.
Ooh, 23 definitely hits.
Oh, okay, and then should I do the damage before I work on the other one?
That's up to you if you want to.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I'll just do other one. See if it works. There's 22, and yeah. So,
All right. So both do
23
hit.
and 2. Okay, so the 23 one is 7, and then
You are allowed to add sneak attack if you want to,
oh, okay.
because
Okay,
you
so
rolled at advantage.
okay. So let's see. So both of them, I'll just say that both of them I got 7, obviously. So I'll do sneak attack for the first one. So this one
Minus
gets
another
the
9. Alrighty. They are both looking pretty hurt as you take both your knives and stab into both of them. Oh whoa! And then this one here is like, hey, what's the little idea? Ow! Oh, they hit me right in the middle bit. I like my middle bit.
I want to say if I just for I'm a tiny bit. Nope, nothing.
Any movement that you want to take?
Well, can I then flip over here?
Yeah, you kind of run past Golby, kind of running down like that, and then juke around the side of this large orc here. All right, and that is your turn, Golby. What do you do?
Well, since you asked, Golby is going to use Sacred Flame, but he's going to do something that none of the party has seen him do before.
Oh, I'm excited.
So, first and foremost, Golby is going to take out his whip. And since it is technically a magic item, he has a little special thing that I've decided I want him to be able to do with it.
Okay.
And that is to be able to just straighten the cord and have it coil and create a base so that he can just use it as it's intended to be, a mic.
Oh yeah, it just straightens into a mic stand. Absolutely, I will allow this.
Yes. So, he's going to straighten his whip into a mic stand, and he's going to cast Sacred Flame on the big old orc guy.
Okay, so that's going to be a dexterity saving throw. Ooh, that's going to be a 2.
So that hits. And I'm gonna roll for my damage. Oh dang, he only takes 2 damage from that.
2 points of radiant. What does it look like?
It is going to take the shape of a very iconic cartoon rabbit, and Golby is going to project his voice into the flame to make it appear as if the flame is talking. And specifically, he's going to have it say, "Hey Doc, look up here," to the orc, before cracking him across the cheek with a mallet.
Alright, any bonus actions?
I'm not really sure that there's anything else I want to do on this turn. I don't think I have anything that can be used as a bonus action, really. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna end my turn here.
Sounds like a plan. All right. The big orc looks over at the two goblin cronies and goes, "You get the little one. You get the sparkly one. I'll take care of this." And this goblin is gonna attempt to jump up onto the table and face plants into a bowl of mushy peas, and then pushes himself up and goes, and like scrapes it off his face. Dumb little stupid dumb bird! Got you! As he takes his mace and lazily swings it over in Tuk Tuk's direction. Tuk, you don't even move, and it's like 6 inches from your face. This one will rock their way down here and go, big, let's see how you handle the old dick twist. And he grabs onto your dick, but actually completely missed, and just grabs like pants and goes, "Wait a minute, this one's a woman! Ah, my signature dick twist!"
Gulby uses concealed genitals.
This gets sucked up like a turtle head. Just...
Nobody choked on air for like a hot second.
And then the big orc picks up the fucking chair, and you hear the goblin go, "Yeah, give the chair!" And then he slams down with the back of the chair into Yral. Does a 16 hit your armor class?
Meets it, so yes.
Okay. So that is going to be... Ooh! 10 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to 5 because of Blade Ward.
And so it just bounces off of my arcane ward.
Yeah, and the chair
5.
splinters into pieces. And with that, your reaction... Yep, with that, your reaction of Booming Blade can now activate.
Yeah, so as soon as he cracks the chair over her, and she doesn't even fucking move because her ward just took it all, and she just gives, like, a sinister smile as she just whips around and conks him with her fucking quarterstaff, casting Booming Blade at the same time.
Yep, roll to hit.
Alright.
And at advantage, because he is drunk as fuck.
He is drunk as a skunk.
He's grunk as funk.
Grunky Snickles. Let's see. And it's plus my spell attack to hit?
No, your
it's just
melee
regular
attack.
Melee attack. Okay.
You make a regular melee attack, and then it just does extra effects based on Booming Blade.
Okay, I only hit a 10, unfortunately.
A 10, as this guy's not wearing any armor, will hit him.
Yay! Okay. So now, Booming Blade. Well, la la la. It suffers weapons attack normal effects and becomes sheathed in booming energy. Okay.
So,
yes.
Since you're, I'm assuming, attacking two-handed, roll a d8
yep.
plus your strength mod.
So that will be 4 points of damage. Whack.
4 points of damage.
I just Rafiki'd his ass.
Yeah, you conk him in the head, and he... And then you watch as the smack, like, generates this thunderous force that, like, the shattering of your arcane ward, the sound of it reverberates through your staff and creates this little, like, pocket of force around his chest. And you hear it kind of, like, beating alongside his heartbeat.
And then she's gonna take step back, and yes, I know this could provide opportunity attacks, and then she's just gonna kind of like give the fingers of like, bring it on, bitch.
All right, so he and the goblin are both going to take an attack of opportunity. Trying to punch you as he doesn't have a weapon, completely whiffs. The goblin, who takes the mace that they're holding and swings, that's going to be a 6... no, wait. Only 14 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Sorry, I looked at his dex, not his strength, because he's using a strength-based weapon. Yeah, completely fucking whiffs you as well.
Yeah, so she just kind of gives
All right.
the like fingers, like, come on, come at me.
Any
Or I guess
actions or bonus actions?
is it actually my turn? Because that was a reaction. Okay, so yeah.
After this fucker's turn, like, it's immediately yours. So
okay, yeah.
You stepped back,
Okay,
and
yeah.
they both took swings.
Okay, yeah. So I step back and kind of just gesture him, come on. And while I'm like force, like, come on, bring it on. I'm going to use. I'm gonna use my action to summon Mage Hand. And I'm gonna summon Mage Hand over here.
Over where?
In this square right here.
Give it a second, it's thinking.
Oh, good.
Come on. Okay, clearly you don't want that one to work. There we go. Pick a color.
Blue.
There you go. There's your mage hand.
And I'm gonna have the Mage Hand tap this guy on the shoulder. And try and make him look over his shoulder.
Okay.
And have it, like, move to the other shoulder and just kind of keep tapping him on the, like, opposite shoulders. Basically distracting, but being annoying as hell about it.
Got it.
Hey, who's touching me?
And Broom's gonna do this.
Like this.
Broom's gonna do the same thing to this guy.
Hey, consent. You gotta ask for consent before you touch someone.
Alright, and that'll be
then,
my turn.
Tegme is going to run up and grab one of the pies, which is actually a dummy pie. He opens it up as it's actually a lid, and he pulls out a small metallic object from underneath the pie, and he hurls it directly at this orc. And the orc is going to make a charisma saving throw. That fails. The orc has been banished.
Just gone. Just gone.
The orb hits him, and he gets absorbed into the orb, and the orb falls, and you hear, like, wiggling noises from inside the orb.
The wiggling noises you get from throwing a Pokeball.
Exactly. I mean, what? Pokeball? Never heard of it. These are actually called a pie key ball. And he's like, "Hey, leave her alone! Are you okay? That looked like it might have not hurt you whatsoever. Damn, you're tough, girl!"
Thank you.
Tom is going to take a little tankard, and go, You guys, you're being rude. And then he hucks a tankard at this goblin here, and that is a hit, and it's going to do 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Conks the goblin in the back of the head.
Whoa! Uncalled for. I thought we were cool, Tom.
You guys were threatening me. You shoved me into a barrel. It's really... Do you not see the spout here? The spout's made of metal. That could have really hurt, and I know that the Chi family does not have available workers' comp.
I don't know what a comp is, but it sounds Stupid? Just like your dumb face.
Tuk Tuk. I don't feel like I want to kill him.
You can always make the attack non-lethal if you're just attempting
Yeah.
to knock him out.
Yeah, I will do a non-lethal, like, yeah, I'll do a non-lethal hit. How would I do that?
You just tell me that it's non-lethal. Still roll completely normally. Roll your knife.
Cool. Oh, cool. Okay. Twice.
At advantage because he's drunk as fuck. Hits. Let's see if you crit. You don't crit, but you still hit him.
Okay. And then I'm doing it twice, so.
Okay. The second one already hits. See if you crit. You don't crit, so that's 2 hits. You are able to apply sneak attack if you want to.
Cool. Seven, and then I'll do my
And the damage
damage.
of your knife, yeah. And then once again.
Yeah, so 5, 5, and 2.
So 17 points of non-lethal damage. That brings him down to 0 hit points, unconscious, and not making death saves. As he face plants down onto the table and...
And then Tuk Tuk just mutters, "You have a stupid face."
Do you mutter that in Goblin?
Yeah.
You hear the other Goblin go, "What's your fucking language?"
Tuk Tuk will look at him next and just be like, "You're next."
Golby. It's... no, actually, Golby's next. It's Golby's turn.
I am once again going to cast Sacred Flame onto this goblin. And I would also like it to be non-lethal.
Whoa, what happened? Sorry about that. Let me...
Roll20 says no non-lethal, only lethal.
No, it just deleted Yrol's turn, which was weird.
Not me.
Okay, Golby, what non-lethal thing are you doing?
Sacred Flame.
Only melee attacks can be non-lethal. Spells are always lethal.
Ah. How many hit points does this guy have left?
Make a medicine check.
Beep boop. Okay, so just roll a d20 and then apply my medicine bonus.
Absolutely.
I did quite a bit of damage.
Why, hello there, Extendable Giraffe. That is a fantastic name. I don't know when you got here, but I just noticed it.
I got a 13.
Hello.
13? You look at him, he's got less than 10 hit points.
Okay,
You're not
so
sure
there's
exactly
no
how
way I
much.
can kill him with Sacred Flame because it only does a maximum of 8.
I said he has less than 10. You don't know how much less than 10, but he has less than 10.
Okay. Poo-poo.
You got boomerang.
I do have a boomerang. I could just bludgeon him with it.
Hey,
Fucking
boomerang
do it.
can be
Dare you.
non-lethal. There's a lot of
Don't him.
berries.
Bonk bonk.
Yeah, I'm a beat him with a boomerang.
Alright, go ahead and roll the boomerang.
So it's just rolling a d20
At advantage.
at advantage. I got a nat 20.
Roll another one. If you double crit, ooh, it's gonna be cool. Come on.
Roll. 1d20. A
Aw.
6.
Damn.
Well, you still critically hit him. So, would you like to do double the amount of dice damage or pull a critical hit card?
What does pulling a critical hit card do?
So, I have a deck of cards that has a bunch of different things written for critical hits. It changes based on if you do bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, or magical damage.
I'm going to do a critical hit card for bludgeoning damage.
Absolutely. Go ahead and just say when.
Okay, I rolled a 7 for damage, which is the max I can do with a boomerang. That is max damage with a d4 plus my +3 on it, so...
Absolutely amazing. So 7. So just say when.
I will have you pull a card now.
Okay, top or bottom?
Top.
Okay. He must make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw. That is a natural 1. Let's fucking go. Oh, it's called Who Am I? Make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, you forget who you are and everything about yourself. You lose all benefits of your class, including abilities and spells. You smack this goblin on the head, and he goes, ¿Por qué? Ay, Dios mío.
Ay, Dios mío.
You got amnesia?
Ay, caramba. And then he falls unconscious.
You got amnesia from a boomerang.
Yup.
Also, in the context of me playing Golby, Spanish is Elvish, so I'm like, I hit him so hard, he learned my language.
Fucking amazing.
All right.
Okay.
Next turn, at the end of the turn, the orc attempts to break out from the Pokeball. Pikey ball. Definitely a pie. Not Pokeball whatsoever. Nintendo, don't sue us. And does actually manage to break out and, like, sees the situation around him and goes, "Oh, you motherfucker!" and takes a step forward, and then a burst of explosive energy rattles his skull. Go ahead and roll a d8, Yrel.
4.
Question, does that not provoke an attack of opportunity from him moving?
Oh, it will. We're just
Okay.
give us 1 second.
Alright.
So, Yai, how much damage?
4.
Okay, thank you. Tuk Tuk, go ahead and make an attack of opportunity, which is just a normal dagger attack roll.
Dagger.
At advantage, because he's drunk as fuck.
There's that.
Alright, 14 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And since you managed to hit someone not on your turn, and sneak attack applies every turn, not every round, you are able to add sneak attack to this.
Sweet! Stab damage. And then sneak attack.
Ooh, 16 points of damage. Oh man, gotta love the burst capabilities of rogues. So good. Yeah, Yrel, this guy just stepped up to you, got rattled from your fucking booming blade, and Tuk Tuk just stabbed him like in the Achilles heel, and he's bleeding out heavily.
Alright. She is going to just be like, shouldn't keep moving around. If you do, you're just gonna get jolted again and again. And she's gonna smack him again with her quarterstaff.
As you're about to smack him, you hear a blood-curdling scream from outside.
Mm-hmm.
Sprinting around the corner, Meateg shows up and goes, "Take me! What's going on?" "Oh no,
What?
these guys started fighting and now there's a scream outside." The orc has stopped hearing the blood-curdling scream and actually seems concerned.
Yai stops too. Like, she like had her staff and she like stops it like an inch from his face and kind of turns around to see what's happening.
We'll call this a truce, as he puts on a badge and attaches it to his clothing that says Settlement Guard.
Fair
Spelled
enough.
Gard.
Fair enough. She pats him on the shoulder and dismisses the booming blade. I don't know if she can do that, but I'm assuming she can.
The booming blade already hit him earlier.
Okay,
So,
I wasn't sure if it lingered or not. So yeah, she
that
kind
was
of
the deal.
pats
No,
him.
it's only once.
Okay, yeah, she pats him on the shoulders, like, okay, yeah.
He actually grabs your hand and goes, "Well fought, well fought."
Yeah.
Excuse me, God coming through.
Shakes hands.
Golby is going to turn around, look at Tuk Tuk, and go, "There's two of them."
And
So Tuk
now
is
I can
also
actually show you. Show to players. Show to players. Show to everyone. Hey, there they both are. Two of them side by side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's this scene in like the third Austin Powers movie when he meets the twins and he's just like, "Twins! Twins!"
And by the way, it's not blood covering his apron, it's strawberry jam.
I love how Golby's losing his shit.
I think, like, so Tuk Tuk probably has, like, a lot of bloodlust from, like, the brawl fight because he's just kind of like, yeah, brawl fight, let's do it. And then two of them come out and he's like,
What?
buffering. Wait, there's two of
Just like, what?
All right. So, Golby, as you are the closest, hearing more and more screams beginning to emanate across the entirety of the town. Smashing of glass.
them? Oh no.
The crunching of breaking wood. As you round the corner, you watch as the front door, and I'm going to say all of you actually rounds the corner, because I want all of you to be able to see this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as through the front door, that large ogre is thrust about 20 feet in, sliding on his back, cracking down into the ground, a trail of blood lingering behind him. As crawling through the door is a very strange green-colored creature with large skin-flap-looking wings and a beak protruding from their mouth as they cackle and screech forward.
Wait. Wait, DM, did you say that they fly?
They have wings.
Oh, they're dead.
I love
As it runs inside and looks around, seeing a little group of goblins not too far away, lunges for the two of them, grabbing onto them. They try to escape, but they've also been drinking. Grabbing the two of them, using its bonus action to dash, holding the two of them, looks at you, Golby, and says,
Meat for the queen.
as it dashes back outside with an unearthly speed.
Uh,
In the fresh hells was that?
I
You
don't
hear
know, but I
more
want.
and more screaming from outside.
Can I? This is the. Can I? Are they hurt? Are they badly hurt?
He is bleeding heavily, but not unconscious. However, walking outside, that guard you were just fighting is unconscious, bleeding, and making death saves on the ground. I'm going to say, if you could stop moving for just a second, I want to show you absolute true horror of the situation as Yairal... No, feel free to step outside.
Okay.
You hear the screams. You glance forward. Tuk Tuk and Golby, feel free to step outside as well.
Okay.
As you see, breaking through windows, more and more of these strange pterodactyl-looking creatures coming out and in and out of buildings are attacking people in their own homes, trying to break through and grab creatures. Screams emanating from all around you. Even back behind Bretty Good, you hear the scream of Tom as he is yanked from behind the bar.
Oh no!
Yyrol, you see a large shadow from above. Flying from over, like, the jungle of Jardoon, kind of coming down from the northwest, is a massive creature. Hundreds of feet in the air, probably about 800 feet up in the air, sends a burst of lightning down into this nearby waterhole. And the lightning doesn't dissipate, but in fact coalesces into 3 beings made of pure lightning that begin to scatter in all directions. And you glance up, all of you seeing that burst of lightning, and now with a hole that has been blasted through the sandstorm above, a massive creature, lightning crackling with every wing beat, a massive beak that could swallow all of you whole simultaneously. It shrieks, an ungodly shriek, high as hell, and a low rumble that shakes you to your core. Everyone is screaming. People are yelling. We're all gonna die. And that is where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Never trust a flying creature.
Tuk said, if God made me and I had wings and I can't fly, then those who have wings and can fly cannot be trusted.
And that's a fact.
Oh, good lord.
Oh goodness, I just thought, like, okay, we have like this big boss, and then it's like, oh, we have this really big boss.
Yeah, just looks
Oh,
around and
no.
is just like, God damn it, I'm not gonna get to eat my donuts. The takeaway there.
Oh gosh.
Well, man. This is
Well,
a fine
indeed.
cluster.
Yeah, nah, this is an interesting one.
I don't know how. Like, I'm literally trying to figure out, okay, if we resume, what do we do? And uh, uh, I'm sad my big giant friends are.
Tuk friend to creatures big and small.
Took friend to everyone.
But if we
Except
fly,
those that can fly. If they can fly, all bets are off. Knives come out. Death is death is at their door.
I'm surprised you live near a bunch of Eric Cochrans then. You know, bird people that can fly.
Tuk
well,
is just racist towards Eric Cochrans.
I'm so excited to go more in depth in a bit into, I guess, Tuk Tuk in a slight way. Everybody has like a tiny glimpse now. Oh goodness.
All right.
Oh, there's
And
so many
prepping
transporters.
this for next week, I'm just going to put everybody's turn orders in here.
Not next week.
Oh, right, not
The
next week.
end
Because
of
next
the
week is
month.
the end of the month, so in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yep, on June 3rd. That will be our next sesh. I'm so excited.
You know, just a few turn orders, you know.
Yeah, you know, 17.
Actually, that would be second,
18.
because June 3rd is Monday, aka my
Oh.
birthday.
Oh yeah, because it's after midnight. Apologies. The 2nd.
Herb McGurb, almost
I was
happy
gonna
birthday.
say, we should have just like a Gobi special,
Yeah.
since we'll probably hit midnight.
Indeed.
Once we hit midnight, I will give you a plus 21 to your next attack roll, Golby.
Aw.
I cast tongue's sack.
What? Yes, what?
Don't worry about it. And with
God.
that,
Oh my
thank you
God.
everybody for watching.
Yes,
Who are we gonna
thank
raid
you.
out to?
I don't know. Let's see who be on. Let's see. Dats is playing Diablo. That's kind of fun.
Sure.
Sounds like a good time. Yeah. Right out to Dats. They're playing Diablo. That sounds like a good time. Lots of fun. So yes, we will be back in 2 weeks. For D&D. I will probably be back sooner than that for a non-D&D related stream. I'm not sure when. I probably will sometime this week because I have a couple days off, so I have free time. So I'll probably do something.
I'm sorry, I'm just sending something that pretty much just sums up the eye roll.
The fuck are you sending? You know, she would not be opposed.
For context,
The Austin Powers
we're
scene with the twins.
the Austin Powers scene where he pulls out his things to do before I die list and marks off threesome with Asian twins.
Threesome with half-orc twins. Tasty.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, we will see you guys next time.
In the next video,
In the
smash
next
that
video.
subscribe button.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.